Good morning, gearheads. 6 Saturdays until America and college football returns. Go to blindmike.net for all NIL evaluations, last-second flips, and preseason top 25s. On today's show, the breakup of Tom Segura and Christina P, Dane Cook's music career, a touching eulogy from Alec Baldwin, and much more. And now, your host, the man who discovered very good chows, Krager Zacconi.
Blind Mike Geary!
Hey. Back with you as well. Craig said.
Hello.
Craig, good to have Craig back, of course. Craig says, feels like you haven't done a show in months. I was like, well, I was here last week.
I said I haven't.
Craig thinks he gets up, I sit here and wait for him. And then we broadcast again whenever he feels like it.
I watched last week's show in its entirety, believe it or not.
I don't buy it.
I did. I don't know why, but the
Give me 3 fun facts about it.
Eric and Tim was my biggest laugh.
It was the title of the episode, so that doesn't prove anything.
But it was funny. I enjoyed when you were like,
you were on it.
I feel like you felt the exact same way about the Timmy No Break saga as I did.
We'll get to that.
My favorite part was the Tim Heidecker segment. But when you were like, his impression is just like, boy, is Alex ugly.
We got some people in the comments just because it gets into people's algorithms and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And we had some people in the comments that are like, man, this MAGA guy, referring to me, this MAGA apologist is just bitter. Like, this is a hilarious bit. I don't get what you're talking about. And I don't get it.
It's got to be reassuring for you that one week you're a lib puss.
It's nice.
And then the next week you're a MAGA cult
That's
leader.
The best place to be. I think like you can be satisfied with your mentality on life if people call you both a liberal pussy and a white supremacist.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. That's the right place to be. Real before we, Craig, of course, you guys know him as the host of Very Good Chow. He graces his presence. Yeah. Very Good Chow, where recipe ends in a hard R. That's what they say about that program. So good to have you back, buddy. What's on the menu?
So I filmed a pizza episode, and I fucking hate it. So
I assume that's code for something.
I was like, the one joke I watched it, and I'm like, this is just me cooking. I hate this episode so much.
Oh, no.
I'm gonna have to redo it.
Okay.
Well, I'll tweet out the photo to prove that I did film it.
We're all right. We believe you.
You guys, I swear to God, there was 2 pizzas made.
Investigation is launched. Did Craig really? I wanted to talk to you about this before we get into the proper show. Mm-hmm. The great Shane Gillis, friend of the program, performed at Lincoln Financial Stadium.
Never wanted to be at a comedy show more in my life.
Seemed like a great time, but let me ask you this. Because someone messaged me about it that was there. I saw some Reddit comments and stuff. First of all, it sounds like Big J. Okerson stole the show.
Oh, really?
He said he crushed. A lot of people said he did better than Shane. Like, they said he did fantastic.
Well, if you were listening to Matt and Shane's secret podcast the last month and a half, he was freaking out every episode he was on.
Shane was?
Yeah.
Yeah, he seemed very nervous. So this is what I'm about to say is not out of it seemed like he was insecure about it and booked a lot of people. Like Chappelle was on there, Meek Mill, Bam Margera, I guess, introduced it, which is kind of cool.
That's good. He's back on the right track.
Jason Kelsey did some kind of intro, which I in Philly, I'm sure that's a big deal. I'm kind of like, we get it.
Well, I saw like a chunk of that part. Actually, it was perfect for what it was. Cause
I'm sure.
He went up, talked about how sick the Eagles were, did the Eagles chant, and then brought up Meek Mill.
It makes perfect sense there. I'm just, there's plenty of Jason Kelsey. We get it.
Yeah.
But like that all makes sense. But he brought Chappelle on stage. He had 3 6 Mafia do like a half-hour concert at the end. But Shane only did like 25, 30 minutes from what I've heard.
Yeah.
I feel like if I was going, I think he just did it out of insecurity. He's like, oh, people won't want to see me do an hour. That's the only thing I would be buying a ticket for. I'm curious how other people feel. But I'd be like, oh, no, I don't need the, I genuinely would be kind of bummed that Chappelle came on stage because I would just want to see Shane do an hour.
Yeah, I know, especially because he opened with like a Strait of Hormuz joke that I was just like, all right.
Chappelle did have a funny, I forget what it was, but I saw one thing that Chappelle said about the amount of black people there. That was pretty funny.
Yeah, oh, I saw that too. And they probably, judging by the amount of videos I've seen, they probably didn't have the Faraday bags.
No, I would think, because I think even in Kelsey's intro, he just says like, "Hey, just don't film," you know.
Yeah,
They're
because
like 76,000 of those things, you know.
so if that's the case, I don't blame him for going so short because he can't burn everything because he's probably filming.
You know what? I didn't even think of that. That's a good point. That's a good point too. But he was on the regs and said, "I don't think I'm going to do a full hour." And Soder goes, "Yeah, 45 minutes is fine." And Shane goes, "Eh."
Well, I would say he had 3 Philly guys. He had McCusker, himself, and Big J.
Yep.
That's a lot of stand up.
Oh, it's plenty cool. I'm not even shitting on it. I'm sure some people will be like, "Fuck him," whatever. And one of the complaints I saw, people were like, "I saw him in Buffalo last year, and he did the same act."
So don't go see him.
Yeah, he hasn't filmed. You shouldn't have seen him. He hasn't filmed it yet. That's what his act is right now.
You either enjoy the spectacle that is this show,
Yeah.
which was a Guinness World Record for comedy,
right,
or you don't.
Yeah, that my only thing is I like, it's a credit to Shane. I think I'm sure people will take it as like shitting on him, but I think I would rather, if I was there. Like, I don't know if the crossover between Shane and 3-6 Mafia is 100% of the audience. You know.
Now, was that just because of his Damn Things Fine story on his show?
Well, maybe, but I also just think he's like, let's give the people a show. I think in his mind, he's like, let's make it a cool event where people can be like, holy fuck, Meek Mill and Dave Chappelle were there. And I'm sure that's a lot of the audience. Like, that's a lot of people. They're not all diehard stand-up fans, you know? So I'm sure 100 people were like, holy shit, it was star-studded. But I'm just thinking, like, the average person, I think, buying a Shane Gillis ticket is like, I'd rather just see him. But I'd be curious how people feel about that.
I'm also curious how the stand-up was coming across in the stadium.
Oh, you know what? That's the other thing where maybe it's smart that he didn't do like an hour or even 45 minutes of stand-up in a stadium. Might be tough. That might be the other reason he didn't do it too. That makes sense.
Well, like there's no roof, so everything just escapes. So they probably don't even. They probably don't even know like if they're getting laughs.
Even I heard him doing Trump with Chappelle, and I think the person filming must have been like, you know, decently far back, because you hear it like reverberate a few times before it gets to them.
Oh yeah, I saw.
You know, as I'm glad we talked this out, because as I'm saying it, it's like, yeah, an hour probably doesn't make sense there. I don't know what Kevin Hart did, but
yeah, you get in and out, and then because that's the thing too is he did it in the round, which is fucking nuts.
Yeah,
because Kevin Hart didn't.
Yeah, it is pretty wild. But yeah, congratulations to Shane. Either way, quite an achievement. But it was pretty cool that he did that.
Yeah, it looked great.
I'm sure it'll happen one day where people kind of turn on him, but it's still a lot of the comments. I mean, you get the shitheads trying to be like he's a racist or whatever, which is ridiculous, obviously. But it seems like for the most part, people are like, "Hey, couldn't happen to a better guy."
For sure.
I retweeted Aspersion Caster, who put together. He goes, "Who did it better?" And it's a clip of Shane chanting "Eagles" at the end, with the entire stadium, cut with Seth Simons going, "Eagle, eagle, eagle."
That's wicked funny, actually. Yeah. But yeah, I don't see a massive turn on him unless like because he does a really good job of he makes political jokes, but he doesn't like get seriously political.
I think he's very conscious of that. I think it's why he does Skankfest. Like he stays in touch with he puts all his friends and stuff. I think he's very conscious. It seems like he wants to be Adam Sandler in the sense of like lifting up his boys, you know?
As he should, because everyone needs to see Steve Gerben.
That's right. Yes, he's giving the world Steve Gerben, which is a good thing.
Who is the funniest motherfucker.
All right. Should we get into business here?
Absolutely.
Blindmike.net is where you can find this program. It's on Craig keeps telling people, he's like, no, it's only on every other week. And I say, Craig, stop saying that. It's every week. Every week this program is on Sundays at 10 a.m. live. So you can watch live on YouTube, like, subscribe, comment. It helps more people find the show. We appreciate you guys doing that. Video now available on Spotify as well. audio, wherever else you get podcasts. So check that out. Why Are You Laughing? Of course, go back to the archives, check it out. History of Comedy podcast that we do here. And BTH tomorrow night, 8 p.m. For members, Patreon and YouTube members. Check that out, as well as any other bonus content that we do. You also get stuff early on Patreon if you're a YouTube member, so check that out. I may have an idea. Tuesdays may be coming back.
No way.
And not in the way you're thinking necessarily. We'll discuss it later. I have a thought of a new show to go through, possibly, if you're open to it. But we'll discuss it later in the program.
I was like, oh, yeah, we're going to start Quincy over. I'm all in.
You just rewatch Quincy again.
I'm all in. It would be great. Like, oh, this was my favorite episode.
We do have to settle on a day whenever I can wrangle you in, you know, put the apron down for a night.
That's right.
And we'll have to figure out a night to rewatch the first episode live with the people, because that got deleted. And it's a classic.
And we still have to do that one. We still have to do like the actual finale.
No, we did the actual finale, remember?
Or the honeymoon, whatever it was. It was one of those.
There's one episode we didn't do. Yeah, you're right. But yeah, become a member on Patreon or YouTube. Check that out. And very good show.
That's right.
Pizza in the oven.
Pizza was in the oven. I burnt it.
Interesting.
No, I'll put out the photo. Don't you guys?
That's why you don't want to release it. You burnt the pizza.
No, it actually looks great.
It does. All right. A regular Joe Matarese here.
Oh shit! I forgot about that.
Oh, do you want to play that clip real quick before we get into business?
Where did I put it?
If not, it's not a big deal. We don't need
definitely.
Tom Shattuck any shine.
I have it somewhere. I'll find it.
No big deal. No big. Maybe we'll end with it instead of start. All right, let's get down to business here. A follow up from last week, or really the last few weeks. I guess we've talked about it. It's a saga that's played out over the course of months now, technically, because I think this was recorded in like May. But Sam Tripoli spilled the beans about Matt McCusker's wife punching Timmy No Breaks, and then the episode came out last week. We talked about that. Mixed emotions. There's a lot of mixed feedback where a lot of people are saying, oh, she can't take a joke. She's married to a comedian. She's at a comedy show. This guy's playing a character. But I have seen a lot of people be like, he wasn't funny. He deserved it. He was over the line. And I was among the people saying, I'm surprised Lewis hasn't talked about it anywhere, because he's a gossipy Gertie. You know, he likes a little gossip.
My feeling is it probably all happened. They were all probably pissed that he told the story.
Well, yeah, we'll see that. Well, he'll address that here, actually. So Sam Tripoli's a rat, as we'll find out.
But I didn't think Timmy No Breaks wasn't unfunny in that. Like, some of the lines were funny.
I thought he was fine. Even if you want to say funny or unfunny, he was being fun. You know?
Yeah.
It seemed in good spirits. I did think if McCusker was annoyed, that I absolutely get, because there's just this guy you don't know. It seemed like they didn't know each other that well. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Maybe they're both at the mothership. Maybe they've interacted a ton. I don't know. It seemed like they didn't know each other well enough for Timmy to be talking like that. And when he said, I'll be plugging Matt's wife kind of out of nowhere, I get why Matt would be like, well, fuck this guy, you know? Like, maybe you took it the wrong way or whatever. I don't think.
But you even pointed it out, you know, because I watched.
Yeah.
Lewis started it.
Yeah, like Lewis threw a couple jokes in, but I think I even said when we talked about it then, like, maybe just that shows you he doesn't know Timmy that well. Like, maybe Lewis kind of has carte blanche to do that because they've known each other longer, and yeah, that does happen. And people are like, oh, you're saying a comedian can't make jokes? No, of course a comedian can make jokes. But if a stranger is sitting next to you saying something about your wife, jokingly or not, you might be like, who the fuck is this guy to make that joke? He's not, I don't know him, you know?
Yeah, but I feel like that's where it would end.
Correct. That's well, let's hear what Lewis has to say about it, and then we can discuss.
And now this is the real you. Is that what it was going on?
That was all a character. This is the real me.
I understand.
So the real you
Shout out to
is
Crack Amico, by the way. Great new song. Crack Amico's turned country. He put out a very funny song, so go check out White Again.
Now, are you afraid of being a character because they've been getting punched by comedians' black wives who don't understand the concept of a fictional character?
Yeah.
That is also a
That was a sneaky shot at McCusker's wife.
Very sneaky, yes. I couldn't quite tell what Zach was doing there. What a sneaky little devil.
Well, that's crazy. I find that shocking that they would just be like, no, she was in the wrong, which she was, but
Yeah, I think maybe even she said that. We'll hear what Lewis says about it. But like, I think it's in the wrong. People were like, oh, just because he's playing a character, it doesn't mean you can't say offensive shit. Of course, but you do have to realize the spirit of it. And they'll talk about it here. But for some reason, Timmy No Breaks, maybe someone was doing a full breakdown of this, and I saw a clip. He was on Kill Tony before he did the character, and he bombed, and he was really nervous. And in that clip, he seems like just a sweet guy. Like the real guy seems like a nice guy.
mm-hmm.
So he's playing this purposely offensive character, and I don't quite get why. Like, it's obviously Dice, but it's not even really parodying Dice. It's kind of just Dice. So I don't totally get the character, but it's a character nonetheless. So like, it's obviously this outrageous thing. It's not the real guy saying this stuff. He's purposely saying inflammatory things.
I saw a video too that because like some of the Kill Tony guys go on tour together, and he comes out, does Timmy No Breaks for like 5 minutes, and then takes off the costume, and then
he does regular stand-up.
I saw that. I don't know if that was every time, but it was at least once, and I was like, that's gonna piss everyone that goes to see this off.
Interesting. Well, I say good for him, because that could go either way. I don't think he wants to play this character for the rest of his life.
You can't. It is Dice. Like if Dice didn't exist, sure.
Right.
Exactly. We don't talk about that anywhere publicly.
It's a secret.
No, I was just saying, just there's something in the air.
It's so funny because we didn't not. It wasn't like we were like, oh, we're not talking about it. It was just like it was all handled that night. It was a moment. It was a mistake. There was an apology. That was that. Didn't need to go beyond friends in a room.
So,
what is isn't he like banned from Skankfest?
No, I'll get to that in a second.
Okay.
That was a total miscommunication. Like, he kind of framed it in a way that made it seem like that. If you watch the episode, that's disproven. So I'll explain that in a second. But Luz is basically saying, yeah, this happened. It was kind of a shitty thing, and we didn't run to a microphone and shit on Matt's wife. Who is, like, there's an argument to be made, like, hey, she's a public person. She's done a podcast. She's been involved with some of their stuff. Like, you know, she's fair game. You can make that argument, I suppose. But at the end of the day, Matt's their friend. Like, Lewis isn't looking to go shit on Matt McCusker and start a beef for no reason. Like, it was unnecessary. It was handled, so they just weren't going to gossip about it. Is kind of what he's saying. But
to me, like, as soon as she hits him, it's fair game
to talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really blame Tripoli for talking about it.
I don't blame Tripoli. I don't blame...
If you're just there.
Yeah. Because the thing is, the jokes that were said, take any black woman and put it in that position. They still apply. It wasn't personal.
Correct. That's what the jokes were. It was not a personal thing. Or any wife. When he says, like, I'm going to plug Matt's wife or whatever. Like, again, do I get why Matt was annoyed with it? Sure. But I don't think it deserved a punch. The Skankfest thing I can explain. So we talked about that. Timmy No Breaks was on Nadav's poker show.
Right.
They were kind of just shooting the shit. It was Kim Congdon, Uncle Laser, and they were shooting the shit, and the punch came up. And he said, I took a punch for those guys, and I'm not invited to Skankfest. So the way he said it made it seem like he was banned. It made it seem like after this incident, they told him he's not welcome at Skankfest. On the Story Wars episode, Luz is promoting Story Wars during that very same, the infamous plug section. Luz is promoting Story Wars, and Timmy No Break says, yeah, I'm not invited. And Lewis says, you want to go? And he goes, I can perform? And Lewis goes, no, but you can come. So he just happened to not be on the list. It wasn't like, now you're banned. Get the hell out of here.
So does Timmy No Breaks just have like this thing where he just assumes he's gonna be on all this shit now?
Probably. And I guess he's looking at it saying like, hey, Tony's there, Red Band's there. I'm sure Ari Matty is going. Like, a lot of those guys are going. So I think he kind of looked at it like, why am I not invited? Which I think is fair. Not fair. He's not like owed a spot, but I think it's fair that he's like, hey, I'm of that ilk that could be invited.
I guess he could be, but to assume you're getting invited is kind of strong.
Well, this is the great debate, Craig.
The funniest part about, I'll say though, because Timmy No Breaks, he's a character. Timmy No Breaks got punched by Matt McCusker's wife after Story Wars because he kept on making jokes about McCusker's wife, and I think whether she was drunk, I have no idea, but she had a moment. She hit him. She apologized. She was like, "That was uncalled for. I don't know what the fuck I just did."
I noticed you made a couple jokes too.
All good.
Yeah.
Like if she maybe was drinking, had a freak out, and then snapped out of it and was like, "Fuck!" Like she's in the wrong, and she said it. Like I think that's kind of it.
Yeah.
Then you get these fucking people. Like I don't know if they want to be like Anthony Cumia or something, but I've seen people in the comments that are like, "This is what they do."
Well, the biggest surprise is that she was a former cop.
Oh, I forget about that. Is that true?
Yeah, because she acts like that, and you're like, well, I can see why you probably don't have the job anymore.
Yeah, but to me, and I'm not saying Timmy No Breaks is to feel this way. He got punched in the face. But as an outside observer, if that's true, she drunkenly freaked out and snapped back into reality and was like, that was uncalled for. I'm in the wrong. Beef squashed. We're all good.
Yeah, and like I think you can say, yeah, she shouldn't have hit him, but you can also be like, I can see why she did.
I can see why she's annoyed. Yes,
Yeah.
Everything is black and white. No pun intended.
Whoa!
I've been saying this for weeks. Everything is evil or heroic.
Mhm.
Everything is these extremes now, where it's like she was in the wrong. He said he said some stuff that may have warranted a reaction, but she took it too far.
Mhm.
Like and it's the fuel of a lot of these channels, and that's why I try not to go down those roads. And I think we'll talk about it a little more with our next subject. But some of these people are gleeful to try and really paint these people as monsters. And it's like, it's not always that severe. Sometimes it's just an interesting incident that happened. I think it's an interesting subject to talk about on a podcast, but it doesn't mean she's evil or he's a piece of shit. Like sometimes these things are a little more complicated than it seems.
Right.
So I did make a couple jokes, but I
too much.
I got a good head movement. So
He's been in the ring.
but no, I think that
Can you imagine?
but regardless,
can you imagine how history would be different instead of Timmy No Breaks if she punched Luis J. Gomez, the Puerto Rican rattlesnake?
He would have just been like, yeah, whatever.
I'm just thinking of how just time would have, the butterfly effect of what would have changed in the world.
All right.
it's like obviously you shouldn't hit people over jokes. That's regardless. But it was all sort of taking. They're all friends. Like I'm friends with everyone involved, so it's like it doesn't need to be podcast fodder. The only thing I will say that it is funny. That's everything that's like known. But what's funny is like Timmy No Breaks. He comes off stage like. You know, he's like, so yeah, well, you know, I fucking do it. And then he gets off stage and he's like, wow, that was a lot of fun, guys. Yeah. And he takes off his glasses. He's like, wow, I love comedy. This is the best thing ever. And he just turns the corner. He's like, oh, hi, douche. Not as the guy. He wasn't like, hey, bitch, you like my set?
He's the sweetest guy ever. Oh my God. He's the sweetest guy ever.
He's really sweet.
Yeah.
Hey, Shaniqua, how you like them ribs?
Oh my God.
He didn't do that at all. He literally came on. He was like, guys, thank you so much for the opportunity.
Oh my God.
That's what makes it very funny. Is that he's just like a nice guy who was trying to be offensive, and people were like, "Oh, they were hack racist jokes." That's what like a polite non-racist would do to try and be inflammatory.
Right.
So it's sad that it does make it much funnier that it seems like he's a nice guy behind the character. But yeah, I guess that pretty much resolves it. And Sam Tripoli's a rat that exposed it all, which I appreciate, by the way, Sam. Thank you for doing that, because it's given us something to talk about for 4 weeks now or whatever it's been.
It's been a big mystery, and then it was like, oh, that's it?
Yeah, it was kind of a letdown because there wasn't a lot there, and it seems like she just overreacted, and it seems like she acknowledges that. So good for everyone involved.
Sam Tripoli like sells the story like, oh, she got Timmy in an armbar and snapped his arm in half. And you're like, what?
No, I'm sure it was a girl punch, and it didn't seem like Timmy was bruised and bloodied afterwards.
If she was a cop, it was probably halfway decent.
Maybe a little force behind it. Yeah.
But a little excessive force behind it.
Hey, you know what? They get one back every once in a while.
Yeah.
Turn the tape.
I do have that video, by the way, if you want it later.
Okay, we'll get to that later.
Where to next?
Should we talk about Tom and Christina, the news of the week, really?
Oh, yeah.
So it seems TMZ reported that Tom Segura, Christina Pajitsky, Splitsville, breaking up, which I kind of thought they would have. My assumption, based on the fact that TMZ was reporting it and the way they were reporting it, like, oh, sources close to them are saying it's amicable, blah, blah. It didn't seem salacious, the report or anything. So I thought Tom's camp or the YMH camp leaked this story so that they would talk about it this week. They did not. They released a pre-recorded episode with Dave Landau from, it seemed like, about a month ago. So we have no information other than just what TMZ is reporting, basically. No, they have not come out and talked about it or anything. But that has not stopped YouTube clip channels from just really roasting Tom and talking about what a piece of shit he is and what a horrible monster, and just endlessly speculating, which, by the way, they may all be right. I see people saying like, oh, well, Tom probably cheated. Tom probably did this or that. He probably hates women. And all that might be true, but we're acting on basically nothing here. They have not come out and talked about it yet. But people are just so quick to be like, good. One of the guys we don't like is going through a tough time. Let's fucking on him.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so we don't know anything yet. People are like, oh, Tom cheated. We don't know any of that shit yet. I do think it is fair game to talk about, of course, though, because they're a very public couple and talked about their marriage and their family openly for many years. It's been, the basis of that podcast is their relationship, obviously. So fans are involved and are going to speculate. That's very natural. And I do think there is an obvious angle to what happened that it is fair for people to assume. For example, this kind of resurfaced after the news dropped that they were getting divorced. People realized what this video was probably about. Christina P put a video up on TikTok and Instagram about a month ago, just kind of reflecting on life, I guess. She's turning 50, and she's just talking about life in general. And now with this news, knowing that this has been in the works for a few months, it just puts a different spin on it, and people are kind of dissecting it. So let's hear from Christina P mid-divorce, but before the news was announced.
Hi. I haven't done one of these in a long time, but I turned 50 yesterday, and I'm hanging out with deep friends, friends that I've had since, childhood. And we're all old broads now. And we were talking yesterday, and I was like, it's so crazy because the whole secret, to this life is just to feel your own suffering. What I mean by that is you might have suffered as a kid, and if you did, you've got all these trauma responses built in that you're not even cognizant of. And the whole game of life is figuring out what you're unconscious of. So you'll, have relationships with people and things and careers that bring those things to light, if you let them. And if you don't get cognizant of your own shit, you just end up creating suffering for other people. And that's even a bigger crime. I hate that. And then what else? What else did I have? Hold on. Oh, I remember. And that there's no way out of the suffering, because that's how you learn how to become a better human, is to go through this process where you burn out your fucking bullshit ego thoughts, right? So I found that you either suffer as a child, like you inherit suffering, which I think we all do. You suffer as a kid, or you grow up having not suffered enough, and then you just create suffering for other people. And then you suffer there. So anyway, the point of the story is, you're gonna suffer, just suffer well. Let the feelings burn through you. It's taken me like this long to feel things, you know, because I was chasing like career, whatever, validation, love, and then you're like, oh, this is just an inside game. Meow.
I think Christina comes off very likable there, knowing what we know now. That's obviously
she's never been the unlikable one in that couple.
No, never. That's obviously a woman dealing with something, knowing what we know now, right?
Yep.
She's dealing with her own struggles and kind of talking it out as best she can. And say what you want about her, like Craig just said, she has always been the likable one. You know, people make fun of her. She's silly and goofy and can be dumb or whatever. But like, she is definitely likable and seems like a person. She seems fun, and you could hang out with her and have a decent time. She seems like a human being. Let's see what Tom's been up to the last month.
Much money, and I don't know about ever. But
this is from around the same time. Let's check in on Tom's Instagram.
It's so much money, and I don't know if I'll ever make it back. But I don't care. I mean, a lot of people have asked me like why I got involved in a restaurant, because it's traditionally a very difficult.
Tom, why croissants, please?
He's like trying to open up like a Michelin star restaurant. It looks like.
Oh, he is. He's flown. This guy is like a renowned chef. He has opened up. I think he calls it a restaurant. I thought it was more of like a bakery.
No, it is a restaurant.
It's a legitimate restaurant. Okay,
looks that way.
Because originally, I thought it was the same guy who baked it. He flew in to bake croissants for him. So I thought it was going to be a bakery. But
see, like that, like remembering that, it's like you can see why she would get pissed.
Yeah. Well, and a lot of people think like, oh, Tom left Christina. I think Christina P saw that watch video and was like, I can't be around this guy anymore.
I can't associate with this.
But this is the obvious theory is that these two have grown apart, or one stayed where they were and the other went this way.
I will say I'm stunned it wasn't the other side of Two Bears that this news came from.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people speculate that. I guess that wouldn't be crazy either, now that their kids are grown up or whatever,
this one surprised me a lot, actually.
See, it didn't for me. I was kind of surprised how long they were together. And then once I saw them doing alternating episodes, like they did a lot of episodes where it was one or the other of them.
Yeah, I haven't listened to that show consistently.
Oh, neither have I. I've peripherally paid attention, or you see clips or whatever. But yeah, that's the thing. I used to listen to that every week. Like 2015-ish. When I started to getting into a lot of these shows, I listened to Your Mom's House all the time. And both of them were very funny and goofed on ridiculous shit. And this was really sad. I think Too Lazy to Try put out this clip. Or he put out a breakdown with this clip in it, where it was the episode where they had Jimmy Carr on. And a lot of people have talked about that, where Jimmy was goofing on Christina the whole time.
Yeah.
And Tom's almost like embarrassed of her. And there's a thing they've done in that podcast forever, where when they promote their dates, they give it dirty, childish nicknames. Like the St. Louis Tits is St. Louis. It's stupid, but it's an inside joke to like everyone in the audience is like in on it,
Right.
It's a silly, goofy thing. Many podcasts have them where if like an outsider might be like, oh, this is dumb. But like to that, it's an insular thing where it's just the part of the fabric of the show.
Mm-hmm.
And Tom Segura says he's going to be in New York City when he's promoting. And Christina P says, what's that? Where are you going to be? And Tom goes, what? And she goes, Judork titties, bro. And it was such a rom-com moment where the nerd girl who has been having a fun time with her now hot husband. Oh, they've been having a hell of a time. And then he's around his cool friends, and then he goes, "This is legitimately what he said." He goes, "Do you know how often I have to explain the things you say to people?"
Oh, tough.
And it was like I don't know the premise of Carrie, but it feels like that's what it was.
Yeah.
Christina P just gets pig's blood dumped on her. We got you, bitch. You thought you were one of us.
That's hilarious.
It was sad to watch, and again, like maybe the context is it's cut up or whatever. Maybe that's not what they were like behind closed doors, but it was tough to watch Tom change and just kind of like shit on her for not changing. If you don't think Tom has changed, let's keep watching this restaurant video.
You know, kind of a dumb business to get into. And I agree. This is a nightmare, man. It's so much money, and I don't know if I'll ever make it back. But I don't care. The fun thing about when you have a great meal somewhere, you like to tell your friends. Like, you like to tell people, you got to try this. And that was really the philosophy about.
It's so much fun.
Hey guys, I have a restaurant. You got to try this.
Tom, I haven't recommended a restaurant to anyone. Would you mind spending millions of dollars to put one into existence for me?
See, I always hate recommending restaurants because if someone goes and they hate it, like they're pissed at you.
But that's not even the point. That's not why he's opening a restaurant.
No, he like wants to like stop doing stand-up, I'm convinced.
Yes, he wants to be a restaurateur. He wants to. I believe that he doesn't necessarily care about the money angle as much. I don't think he opened a restaurant to make a lot more money. I think he opened a restaurant to be a part of high society. He didn't open a burger joint.
Right.
He opened a restaurant that will not take me and Craig's kind. Put it that way.
Yeah. And plus, I don't get this video too because like his nose is bleeding at the bridge.
Is it really?
It looks like at least a scab.
Interesting.
It could be from glasses. Maybe he was wearing glasses and Christina punched him in the face.
Yeah, and it goes back to the watch video and stuff. Tom,
Mike, I gotta stop you there.
Oh, you're right. Timepiece.
Thank you.
I'm very foolish. I appreciate you having my back there.
Couldn't let you go any further.
the timepiece video. It's not that Tom would have you believe, because like when he responds to this stuff, he's like, "Oh, the poors are jealous." I'm not saying that doesn't exist in the world. I'm sure there are people that are just jealous of people with money. Mm-hmm. The people that listen to that show, what they're saying is, Tom, you're putting out content where it's like, I bought a really expensive car. I bought a really expensive watch. Here's an Instagram video with all the jet ski I bought. And we're just watching it going, what's funny about this? What's the joke? What's the interesting part? Like, we all kind of assume Shane Gillis just sold 76,000 tickets. I bet his car is pretty nice. And the reason no one's jealous of that is because he's a funny guy who people think deserves success. He does funny things. If he pulled his car into Lincoln Financial and just went, "Hey guys, how nice is this?"
Yeah.
People would be like, "Okay. Oh, you don't think that's something? Look at my watch. I'm opening a restaurant and all you guys can recommend it to your friends. How fun is that?"
And until he says otherwise, I still think he's driving a Chevy Cruze.
He's buying this restaurant, by the way, or bought this restaurant or opened this restaurant. The same reason he bought timepieces. It's a status symbol.
100%.
He wants to invite important people there. He doesn't want me saying, "Hey, I went to Tom Segura's restaurant. It was really nice." He didn't give a fuck about that.
Oh, you know what? You know what sucks is the online reviews are going to be awful. Even if it's great.
Unless it's, I don't know if Tom has that type of following yet. I don't know if he's in that territory. Like Podcast Cringe hates him and shit like that, but I don't know if he has like everyone's gonna fuck with his restaurant or anything.
If he didn't get divorced, If he didn't get divorced, I would say so.
Oh, I see what you're saying. That's not a terrible point. Yeah, Christina's going to win this divorce.
100%. Like, now, people are very protective of her.
Yeah. I mean, she just seems like a better person.
She seems like a really nice lady.
Seems like a much better person. But also, I don't know. People always say Tom's dad was rich. I know he worked for like Merrill Lynch or something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how rich he was. I don't know what type of world they lived in. Like, I don't know if there's an ironclad prenup on this marriage. But I think the interesting angle is, like, what do they do with this podcast?
Right.
Do they just alternate weeks now?
Did you see the clip of Al Franken on the show recently?
Oh no, I know he was a very weird guest on We Might Be Drunk, but I've never seen him on Your Mom's House.
So he was on there and he was talking about being a parent and touring so much and stuff, and like that struck a nerve with both of them.
Oh, interesting.
And like she was like, yeah, I mean, he's gone all the time and blah blah blah, and he just snaps and he's like, do you like your fucking life, Christina?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna find that.
I'll see if I can find that real quick. I'll let this play.
Yeah. If you think you can find it right now, I'll play this. And
behind me doing this was just that, like, I loved this guy's food so much. I just wanted to be able to tell people, you got to try this, right? And the fulfillment I get from it is not financial. It really is that people hit me up daily. They're like, dude, I went. That was incredible. And that's also, like, exciting. You know, it's exciting to do that.
I don't need to eat at the restaurant now because my belly is so full from your enjoyment. I'm all filled up on the fact that you guys liked it. And this is a comedian opening a restaurant. Like Tom, and the problem is the disconnect with his audience now is that Tom is a guy, and I just saw a couple weeks ago, there's a clip of Christina and Ryan Long making fun of an Alec Baldwin video, which we're going to make fun of a different Alec Baldwin video later. But that's like the type of shit they did. They made fun of it was celebrities or just freaks on the internet. Like they made fun of people who were, you know, kind of making a fool of themselves online and taking themselves too seriously. And now that's what Tom is. And he doesn't realize that or doesn't care. Like if Tom was always this guy, that's one thing. I don't think I'd give a fuck about this video. But he was the type of guy to make fun of the pomposity of saying, you know, I'm not in the restaurant business for the money. I want to fulfill you people. I want to give you people restaurant recommendations. Any luck there, Craig?
No. I'll try to find it though.
See if you can find it, and then we'll play this Adam Ray video as well. They're the one that Adam Ray is in, I guess. So this is one that is resurfaced also. People are going through all these old clips because they don't have there's nothing new on it since the news came out. Like Tom and Christina haven't talked about it. So people are kind of just going through old clips and speculating, as are we. And this was one where it's just, like, this is again the pomposity of Tom to kind of think he is an elite. And I don't think he views Christina that way. In a weird way, it's why, like, if you look at Howard Stern, how he kind of disowned his old show. Like Howard Stern felt as if Jennifer Aniston and Ashton Kutcher and Jimmy Kimmel and these people, they wouldn't like Bob Levy and Gilbert Gottfried. Like Howard looked at those people as like freaks. They were lesser than. And so he kind of distanced himself from all of them. And even the people within his own show that are on that show, they became less fun and silly and irreverent and wacky. And it all got watered down because Howard was embarrassed of how that looked. And I think that's got a lot to do with Tom and Christina, where I think Tom is embarrassed of all the, the Your Mom's House lingo, which is goofy and, fart and shit related and stuff like that. I think Tom's embarrassed by that.
Definitely. And I did find it.
You did? Well, let's hear it. This is Craig producing on the fly. Look at this.
Hold on, give me 2 seconds to download it. But
okay, well then let's play the Adam Ray clip first.
By the way,
fear not, everyone. Christine and I have been recording separate episodes.
Oh, great.
Yes. She's been back on the road.
Yeah, love
She's
that.
also Mom of the Year. She's volunteering at the school.
So cool.
It's very crazy. I would never do that.
Really?
Of course not. You're like, that's what moms are for. Dads don't do that.
Dads aren't there. Yeah. Also, how much time do you want to spend around the other dads?
Oh my God.
I'm assuming not a lot.
Especially if you're used to hanging out with comedians, then you meet like a normal dad. And you're
It's
like,
a big
I wanna
drop off.
kill.
Also, this idea, I'm so glad people like Stavros call it out and make fun of it. Like when comedians call just regular people civilians, like they're in the military or something. It's right. It is the cuntiest way to speak about people, where it's like, and that's where Bert is different than Tom. Like Bert talks about people in his daughter's schools and shit. Like those are his friends.
Right.
And Tom looks at himself above. And by the way, again, he's not going to his kid's school and seeing Craig. These are kids in private school. They're all rich LA people. Now, I get some of those guys are probably stiffs, but they're the people that Tom wants to surround himself with. The other thing I forgot with all these clips kind of resurfacing, you forget Tom Segura was like the original Andrew Tate guy.
No shit.
Like if we were doing a Why Are You Laughing on Andrew Tate and just reflecting on the career, we'd have to take a moment to be like, and you got to give Tom Segura credit for broadening his audience.
Did you see what happened to Andrew Tate yesterday?
No, I don't think I did.
Him and his brother got arrested and extradited to the UK for like 7 counts of rape.
Again?
Yes.
And then they're gonna go, they're out to get us.
it's Netanyahu.
It's a kangaroo court.
Yeah.
I can now announce this because this is being recorded in advance.
Yeah.
I'm flying to LA today.
Yes.
To announce a deal that we have with Fox. So I will be producing 3 new shows for them. So I'm out a lot. We're covering for each other.
Wow.
But fear not, we will return to record some episodes together in the near future.
We'll see if that's true. But so a lot of people pointed to, Carl and I were talking about this the other day. In the press release for that announcement where Segura is producing shows for Fox, Christina's not part of any of it.
No.
They are. I don't know. Maybe, do people know this? I have no idea. I don't know if they're 50-50. I assume they're not 50-50 partners in YMH. Or are
they must be.
They must be, right?
Yeah.
But I know I've never noticed Christina being as involved as Tom as far as like bringing other shows on board.
Well, the thing that I think is probably, a thorn in her side through all this is her career after she became a parent kind of went to the side.
True. Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure that causes strain when you have they have 2 like, young kids too, like 8, 9, 10, something like that.
Yeah.
So like they're in the throes of parenting. And
right.
Tom is traveling all the time. And this is very interesting. We should play this first because I was going to give my thoughts on that, but I'm curious about if this Al Franken clip lives up to how you described it. But the YMH thing, it better now.
Yeah.
This YMH thing will be interesting. Now, I think what will happen might disappoint some people. Where I bet they'll do a podcast together and be okay. You don't think so?
It really depends on how the first public address of this goes.
Unless something did happen where Tom did cheat or something. Like if there's something crazy where they actually like don't like each other. But if it's just 2 people growing apart, I think they'd be fully capable of doing a podcast together, but not for a long period of time. I'm saying like 1 episode, they come back and they're like, hey, it's fine. We're co-parenting, whatever the fuck. I think they're capable of that. Like I said, unless an incident did happen that caused crazy strain, but we'll see as far as that goes. I'll be curious to see. I assume now that it's been like announced that everyone's talking about it. Like I even saw like Lewis talked about it on his show. Fighter and the Kid talked about it. Like shows in that world are kind of starting to talk about it. So I would imagine they'll do an episode next week or this week coming up discussing it. But I don't know. We'll see. Let's see. This is Craig putting his nuts on the table here.
Let's see.
Let's hear it.
Every state at this point.
You tour
like a maniac.
I know.
Well, I can ask you about that.
Yeah.
Okay, you have 2 kids. How old?
Yep.
6 and 4.
Okay, so this is like almost like abusive, right? How much you tour?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
And that's an issue. Is that an issue?
Her reaction though says a lot to that question.
What a bag of shit.
Like he struck a nerve because she just goes, yeah.
But just as a guy, I think I'm immediately on Tom's side. Well, hey man, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Just sandbagging me like this.
But here's the thing: these aren't live. Cut it out.
Well, I got to say this too. I will credit to him for leaving it in, I guess, if it's a real problem. I will say though, Christina does react like that all the time. Like, oh, a chance to throw Tom under the bus. Like at their best, she'd be like, "Yeah, he's a fucking piece of shit," you know. But let's continue. Al Franken's a shitbag, but I like it.
Yeah.
Okay, you have 2 kids. How old?
Yep.
6 and 4.
Okay, so this is like almost like abusive, right? How much you tour?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
And that's an issue. Is that an issue?
Yeah.
And what will you talk about it?
That's real.
Yeah, 100%.
That feels real.
Especially when you see Tom's face, he's kind of just like, "Fuck, I don't know what to say."
Okay.
And then the line I said comes out in a second.
Okay.
Oh, on air on this show, no, but in private, yeah.
Yeah.
It's horrible. It's terrible.
Why don't you talk about it on the Okay, how old are the kids again?
4 and 6.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay. 4 and 6.
You like your fucking life, Christina?
I know.
Yeah.
Are you married, Al?
I'm married.
Okay. I don't think Craig undersold that at all. I don't think you oversold it at all, rather.
I pat myself on the back on this one.
Let me hear that again.
Yeah.
It feels very real. It is saved by the producers back there.
Laughing.
Can I say this, by the way? Can I defend my friends at YMH Studios?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I was only in one room. I have always given them shit for like the producers really like and I'm like, it's a laugh in a way where it's like you have to be scream laughing for the microphones to pick it up off mic like this. I will say, Lauren Compton's studio, they're like right on top of you.
Are they?
I kind of, when I was in there, I was like, it makes more sense than I realized.
Well, I never thought they were too far away because like you can kind of hear the hiss of the mics, like the gain's up pretty high, so you can probably catch just about anything in there.
But I guess my criticism was always, it sounds like they're like, ha ha ha.
Yeah.
Like they're trying to get it picked up on microphone. But
Well, the guy that does the poker show definitely was doing that.
Nadav?
Yes.
Yeah, but it's still, they must have learned from him because it sounds like it still happens. Anyways, the point I was making. Sorry, long way of saying I kind of get why the laughter is picked up. But the laugh pack there saves him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's a joke, right?
No.
That seemed like a real moment that they kind of save by being like, Tom, classic Tommy.
Yeah.
Let me hear it again.
Okay, how old are the kids again?
4 and 6.
Oy.
Yeah.
Okay. 4 and 6.
You like your fucking life, Christina?
I know.
Yeah.
Are you married, Al?
I'm married 47 years.
Fuck.
Yeah.
What's the secret?
Just fear.
Yeah.
So yeah, and we have 4 grandchildren.
Is that
so
pretty
a
much
9, a 6, and a 6?
I don't remember how this ends.
3. So
How many children?
I have 2. Each has a boy and a girl.
Wow.
So,
That's nice.
Yeah.
I can't wait to be a grandparent.
It's a lot easier.
Yeah.
Yeah, that seemed very real. Do you like your fucking life, Christina? And again, it seems like we don't know these people behind closed doors, so I try not to speculate on that shit too much until it comes out. But given all the information Tom has given us, it seems like he's a guy who throws that out a lot.
Yeah.
And that's what's important. Where Christina's saying, I reacted because they're much younger than I realized. I thought they were like 9 and 10 or something.
This was from 3 years ago.
Oh, okay. So I'm right. They are kind of around. Okay.
Yep.
Regardless, it's only gotten worse since then.
Yes.
So that was a real problem they were having, and Tom was away more like during these kids. They're creating core memories. Like these are the fundamental growth years for these kids, and Tom is away, and there is something to be said. Like he's a provider, like he's providing them a nice life, but there's also like Tom's his own boss. He can make his own schedule. The stuff that he's doing, going out and promoting a liquor brand or starting a restaurant or things like that don't need to be done for his comedy career to provide for his family.
No, because if he was just leaving on weekends for stand up, this probably doesn't happen because he's home the rest of the week.
Yeah. And he can also invest in a liquor company and not be out promoting it as often as he is. Like they go out and do like promotional events for all that shit that they have to do.
Right.
So that is just extra time away while Christina's. I mean, I'm sure they have help, but like, and now the other thing that'll be interesting is they moved from LA to Texas.
Right. And she wants to go back. I saw
Christina's just in Texas now with their kids. So yeah, I don't know that it'll all be very interesting. Like I said, I think it's fun to speculate about and talk about as a topic because they've let us into their lives. So I think it's natural. But I do think it's weird, like the celebration people do or the assumptions they make just based on like not liking a comedian,
Right.
But, I'm sure you can watch this and say, I'm no better. I'm doing the same thing, I guess. So who the fuck am I,
All right. We got some super chats here.
Well, let's hear from the people, shall we?
Brando, 807, $2. Craig's used to his pizzas screaming when he cooks them. Oh, boy. Oh boy. Classic.
I don't mind it, Brando.
Fu Manchu, $2. If Tom Segura isn't enough for a 50-year-old wife, ...
Well, he's got a new hot bod now, he's in shape. He cares about his body, cares about his image, his looks, everything like that. So
he's 1,000,000% gonna have like a 22-year-old.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. It does seem like, but I will say, like, people made, like, they're taking clips and they're like, oh, Tom brought in a porn star when Christina was away. Christina was part of that bit. She walked in and was like, what the hell is this?
Right.
She was part of the bit. Like, sometimes they take things and purposely twist them out of context. But no, I agree. I think it seems like Tom is a classic case of a midlife crisis.
Logan, 718, $2. Late to the show. What I miss?
You can just go back and rewind. Consume all the fun.
Logan, 718, $2. He's a truthful douchebag, so I guess I kind of respect.
Tom?
Must have been.
Yeah. I don't. At least Tom isn't freaking out based on his public image. Like, if you want to say something good about him, he hasn't had a meltdown like, you people are wrong about. So many of these guys we see have meltdowns and try to change people's minds on them. Mm-hmm. Tom seems comfortable with who he is.
Logan, 718, $2. We're not in the top 250.
On the top 250 comedians?
I have no idea what that means.
Hmm.
Principal uncertainty, 10 pounds. When Bert's wife inevitably leaves him once the kids are gone, what is the over-under on how much longer he lives?
I think they are out of the house, and they've talked about Bert's like, oh yeah, we have separate bedrooms now and stuff like that. So I don't know. That's not a crazy speculation, I guess.
That woman seems like a saint. He would be very stupid.
Yeah, I would agree. But Bert's the kind of guy. Now I'm doing what I criticize other people of doing. Bert does seem like the kind of guy that's like, oh, Tom's getting a divorce, I'll get a divorce, and we can be single together. Like Marty Funkhauser.
I just picture like bottle service girls with sparklers coming, and you just hear his dumb laugh over the club. The LeBron James of feet, $4.99.
His name?
That's a hilarious name.
That's fun.
This is a funny message too. You two are regular Stockton and Malone. Craig is Malone in this analogy, obviously.
Yeah, that's. I assume you mean I set him up and he knocks it home.
That's right. Penis wrinkle. Member for 4 months. Do you like your life? Is a mom's house inside joke from early in the show. That's true, but that was a different.
It didn't. Yeah.
You saw his face. You saw him drinking the water. You saw him not wanting to talk about it.
Maybe because I don't want to be one of these people that analyzes kind of like you can see in Tom's face. I do hate when people do that. So maybe you're right. Maybe it's a totally just a joke, but it didn't seem like that, especially given that Christina, who was very open about stuff, was like, "Oh, we're not going to talk about it on the podcast, but yeah, we argue about it at home." You know.
DJ Electra, $2. Mr. Clean, 100% team Christina.
Mr. Clean.
I think that was also your mom's house reference.
Oh,
I vaguely remember that.
On the show. I haven't listened to the show in a long time. I don't know all the references anymore.
Me either. Where to now?
I don't remember. Oh, no, let's do Santino real quick because it's a quick one. I just thought this was interesting. Bobby Lee and Andrew Santino, hosts of Bad Friends, were on Shannon Sharp's podcast, which I enjoy. I thought Cam Patterson's episode was pretty good with Shannon Sharp. I've been enjoying Shannon Sharp when he has guests I'm interested in. And Bobby Lee and Andrew, it was a very fun episode, I thought. Go check it out if that interests you at all. You could tell Shannon was having a good time.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the Mencia segment, actually.
Yeah, I had heard those stories before. I swear I heard the pool hall story.
I never heard that.
I swear I did. Maybe I'm wrong, but I swear I heard Bobby Lee say that somewhere else before. But it felt like something I knew. Maybe I'm just crazy. Maybe I'm losing my mind. But yeah, I thought they did a very good job. It seemed like Shannon Sharp was having fun. It was very funny that Shannon asked Andrew Santino if he was going to Taylor Swift's wedding. And Andrew was like, I don't know if I'm supposed to say. And Shannon goes, go ahead. And he goes, oh, yeah, I was invited. And they go, are you going? And Shannon goes, I can't talk about that. It seemed like he gets them loose with a little well, Bobby doesn't drink, but I think they were having him and Andrew were having cognac or something. And Andrew gets into talking about this story I had not heard. Maybe this I heard also. But I don't remember this. And I thought it was interesting that he talked about his Hulu special and a joke that Disney wanted him to take out.
Talk us about something else.
Bobby.
Economics?
Bobby.
What do you want to talk about?
Andrew, Disney allegedly made you change a joke.
Yeah,
is that common?
Oh, now you're opening up a can of worms here, baby.
I don't care. Doesn't matter to me. I'm looking at that guy. That's so funny. Yeah, I did a special. Bobby has a great special coming out on Hulu.
Yes.
I did a special with Hulu. Disney owns Hulu.
Correct.
I did a Disney joke about Disney adults in my special, and they wanted me to take it out. Okay. And they negotiated me taking it out because they said it was, they didn't like the light that it shed. Because I think Disney adults are weird people.
Yes.
And they didn't like that.
Okay.
Don't you find those people weird people?
I really didn't have to deal with a whole lot of people.
Like Lindsey Graham going to the Disney World by himself doing anything.
You don't find that strange?
Distasteful, Bobby.
This was before.
I know. I know.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, that's very
strange. Eating by himself.
Yeah. Do you have children?
I do.
If you have children, take your children to Disney World.
Yeah.
If you don't have children,
a grown
what are you doing at Disney World?
No.
What are you doing?
If you're Disney, I get that Disney is very strict with their brand. Like they're very protective of it and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't making fun of Disney adults just promoting Disney?
If anything, it might, thin the herd of people that are there.
But even the people that are Disney adults, if they watch Andrew Santino's special, they don't go, "Oh, I'm lame." They go, "Ah, fuck you," and now they're reacting to his special, and they're talking about it online, saying Andrew Santino's special should be taken down because he offended Disney adults.
I'm surprised he went for it.
Went for what?
Being like, okay, take my joke out.
Well, it seemed like he fought, and then he just kind of wanted the special up. So
I will say, judging by this, it sounds like they cut him a nice check.
It sounds like they cut him a nice check, and also like he's talking about it now. So that's what I do give him credit for, is like he backed down because he's in a situation where he wants a special out there. You are right in the sense that like if you care that much about art, then just say, well, I'm taking it to Netflix, you know?
Right.
And I think you do have to give Netflix credit for being like, they're like, hey, we're in comedy, so we're going to be in comedy. We're going to allow specials. We're going to allow Chappelle to say whatever he wants. We're going to allow these specials that people might have a problem with, but we're going to let them have that discussion. We're going to let them protest outside the building, and we're not going to take anything down. This is different. This isn't even really cancel culture. This is Disney being like overly protective of their brand. So they're saying like, don't make jokes about Disney. But I just think like, don't be in the comedy world. If you're Disney, what are you getting into stand-up special? Just as a fuck you to Netflix? Like, why do you want to be part of this if you're going to have to censor anything that might be good or interesting?
And there's probably too like, oh yeah, we'll allow anything in our specials except that.
The specials are hilarious, Craig. I don't know if you've heard.
Is that the tag?
Oh, you don't know that?
No.
Yes, they're hilarious.
Wait, did that? I think was Bill Burr's last special on Hulu?
It was hilarious. Yes,
that's right. I do remember.
That's why I liked it so much. I said, Craig, this is hilarious. Why aren't you laughing with me?
It's boo-hilarious. Huh?
That was all right.
At Disney World.
Or land, or the land.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so my joke was it was a joke about adults who go to Disney World, and I was inferring that they're up to no good because why are you there without kids? Right? The joke was, I said, if you're an adult and you go to Disneyland, there should be.
I will say, if that's the premise, I can understand why Disney was like, hey, maybe let's not promote jokes of someone calling us pedophile.
They're all pedophiles?
Yeah.
I suppose. You know what? Now that you make that point, I guess I get it. But again, I think Netflix would allow something like that. I've seen bits where people shit on Netflix for like the true crime stuff. I don't know. I think Netflix would be a little more okay with that. But you're right. I guess if they're literally if he's calling Disney attendees pedophiles, I suppose I can kind of see, if I'm trying to put on my rational cap here, I guess I can see why Disney had an issue with it.
2 lines. It should be, you're an adult with kids, come on in. Yeah. You're an adult without kids, go right to jail. We have to lock you up. What are you doing there?
Yeah.
That was the idea. They didn't like it. It was a plug of another joke, and they hated it, and they made me pull it out because they didn't like the way that it made them look.
Right.
But it's a joke.
Right.
But also, I do think it's weird if you go without kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you mean?
I think most people would.
Yeah. But also, it's a comedy special. It was a joke. So yeah, they made me pull it out, and it was a big point of contention. It sucked. I was bummed about it. But that's a part of the censored world. And then they didn't want me to talk about it.
You're talking about it now.
I don't give a shit. They didn't want me to talk about it after they told me not to talk about it. Right. Isn't that strange?
Yeah.
To be like,
I love Disney.
Yeah.
I keep thinking, coming out there.
Is the special already out?
No, I think it's coming out later this year. It's filmed. He filmed it.
See, if it already came out, I'm like, yeah, good for him. He let it come out and then he said it.
Oh, Santino's special?
Yeah.
The Santino special is out, yes.
All right, so that's why he's talking about it. It's already out. Cat's out of the bag.
Yeah. What are you going to do? And I assume his next one will be on Netflix or something instead. You know,
correct. Yep.
He's saying I don't need to work with Disney anymore. So yeah, good for him for exposing that. I do get where that stuff is tricky. Like I've tried not to have such a blanket, like you should be able to say anything like that. I've tried to, I understand there's nuance to it now, and I've tried to be better at that. And I get why Disney would have a problem with that. But my thing is, not everyone has to have everything. Disney doesn't have to be in the comedy business if they're going to tell people to cut shit that's making fun of Disney. They shouldn't buy the special then.
I will say, Brooklyn has matured in the chat. Makes a good point that Mark Ruffalo and the girl who plays She-Hulk were tweeting, drop your Disney Plus subscription after the Jimmy Kimmel thing, and they're fine.
Right. Like you're picking and choosing because of, public relations. You're saying, well, if we drop whatever those guys are in. Like that would look bad. We'd be on the wrong side of that one. But we can try and bully Andrew Santino because he's not as big a name, and maybe he needs it. We're writing him a big check, and he needs us more than Mark Ruffalo does. So I do think. Basically, I'm saying pay tribute to Netflix because I do think for all that, and they have plenty of horse shit that goes on there too. But it seems like they've kind of allowed whatever, and even like that Mark Norman thing. Turns out it seems like Mark was lying about that, or even like that he exposed a discussion that didn't end up happening. Like Mark didn't have to remove the joke or anything. So it seems like Netflix is pretty good, and they actually understand comedy and want to be part of that world. Whereas some of these other streaming platforms are getting into as a fuck you to Netflix.
I will say Netflix kind of took a turn for the better when they didn't just drop Chappelle's specials after the backlash.
Yeah, they've had a few. Ricky Gervais, Segura, I think there was some kind of backlash over him saying retarded or something.
Yes, there was.
Matt Rife, right? That was a Netflix one, wasn't it?
I don't know if I am familiar with that one.
Matt Rife, there was a controversy. Matt Rife made a joke about women early in his special, like some misogyny.
Oh, yes. They had to wear a helmet or something.
This is where the joke was something about women. And then Rife tweeted in response to it, like once he started getting backlash, he posted on Instagram. His Instagram story was a link to what seemed like an apology. But the link just brought you to helmets for special needs people.
Yes. Okay, that's. I remember that.
You know what? I like this Matt Rife guy.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Do you want to continue this?
Oh yeah, please.
Special's coming out. I love that.
I don't.
But you got a special.
He's got a special.
Yeah, I go to Disneyland.
Here's my problem. I enjoyed working with the people I worked with.
Yes,
they were great.
They're great people.
But the censorship part was weird because it was like you said you wanted to get into comedy specials.
Yeah.
Then I said a joke about you guys and you were mad about it. But I said other fucked up shit that you weren't mad about.
Right.
But it was about you. So then it's not okay. Mm-hmm. Isn't that bad and hypocritical of saying like, say whatever, it's a comedy special. We want comedy to be free. But then they didn't, because then when I said what was an obvious joke that wasn't even that offensive about Disney stuff, they got mad and then we're like, you got to get that out. Well, that's bullshit. That's just flat out bullshit. And I'm not mad at those guys. I don't hate them. I just think that was a bummer because if you wanted to work with comics like you say you do, which goes back to what we were talking about.
I love Hulu.
Then let it go free.
It's the best company, really.
Let it go free.
To be honest with you.
Let it go free. If you're wanting to play with us, then play with us.
Right.
Yeah.
Which whatever. But yeah, that was sucked.
That sucks.
It sucks.
It really sucks.
Anyway, go watch White Noise. It's still on Hulu.
It's still on Hulu. It's a good
until they take it off because of this.
Yeah, you're gonna be.
I feel bad for Bobby Lee too, because isn't this like his first special that's attempted?
First one he's ever filmed.
It's gonna get fucking canceled. You watch.
But yeah, good for Santino for talking about that, and I kind of give him credit. Good for getting the check and then exposing them.
Right.
But and again, I'm not. I get it's business, but I think too often, I don't really agree with that when people are like, "Hey, it's business. You do the same thing." I think too often we're consumed by what is the most money versus like what is right. Like if you want to get into comedy specials, you should allow that type of shit. I'm sure you've let other stuff fly that is much more offensive than whatever Andrew said. And also, I think it works the opposite. If you're silencing a joke about you and only you, like if you're fine with other jokes, but you're saying, hey, don't say that about us. It's kind of like, well, what are you hiding? Why are you sensitive to that specifically? Like, what are you trying to, to steer people's attention away from? So good for Santino for exposing that. I'm glad he got paid before he got to, shit on them.
I would say just don't fuck it up for Bobby. I would actually feel terrible for him.
I can't imagine they would do that.
Oh,
that would be, by the way, if that happens and they cancel Bobby Lee's special which I don't think would, because Bobby didn't do anything there. But if they did, I think Netflix scoops that up in a minute, and it's huge. I think it would only benefit Bobby Lee.
That's true too.
Yeah.
You want to do plugs real quick while I go take a leak?
Plugs.
I just tell people to go to the website for like 10 seconds.
Okay, go ahead. The fuck am I going to plug? You're watching the show. All right, I guess what he wants me to say is go watch Very Good Chow. There's always something cooking in Craig's kitchen. So go check out Very Good Chow, verygoodshow.org, Very Good Show on YouTube, Very Good Show on TikTok. I'm saying all the platforms are Very Good Show, SHOW, but the show is Very Good Chow. That can be confusing, I guess. But go support Craig. Genuinely, kidding aside, he can't hear me, right? It's pretty good. He does a good job. I think it seems like he cares about it, and he's interested in it. He enjoys doing it. So it's made with tender love and care. So go support Craig. Support Hackride. HackrideStudios.com. I don't know what they're up to this week, but go check them out regardless. And blindmike.net is where you can find this program. This guy's taking a shit, isn't he? How long do I have to vamp for this? BTH tomorrow night. Me, Cardiff, and Tukey. We'll be back together. They seem to think I'm going to skip it for some reason. I don't really understand that. But I will be there. Dabbleverse Live. I do Thursdays at 4. What else? What else do I do?
You did the chow plugs like we said?
I did, yeah. Okay. Said how much I like it.
Yeah. We got some super chats.
Oh, okay. Let's hear from the people.
Vegas Law Tube, $10. Lewis, if you're in the chat, invite Mike on Story Wars right now. You'd really be putting an egg on a puppet in Potato's face.
Let me ask you this. I'll try not to lead you, even though that comment might have led you.
I heard.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. Yeah, I told you I listened.
Damn. Well, let me ask you that. Let me lay out the scenario. I guess you're biased now. You've been tainted. I thought you were.
You're referring to your message?
So I'll tell you exactly what happened. I'll get your thoughts and we'll move on. Story Wars is going to be at Mohegan Sun. You know the distance from my house to Mohegan Sun.
Not too far.
Right. Not crazy. But I'm also traveling that weekend, so we were on. So Story Wars is going to be close to me, relatively. I'm going to the show. I'm going to one of the shows. They're doing 2 shows. I'm going to one of them. Do you think I should or should not reach out to my friend Louis J. And I'm saying friend jokingly. I don't know him, but he's been on this show. And should I reach out to him and say, hey, Louis, can I be on Story Wars? Or if you...
Blind Mike, who used to work for Barstool. Blind Mike, go watch Blind Mike Geary's podcast. Blind Mike
pays his
That's
rent
the
with
other
his Patreon.
That's the other Blind Mike. What's you, Craig?
I think that's a fair message. I think that's a very fair message. Just knowing you probably wanted to like stab yourself right after you hit send.
I hated myself for sending. I was also sheepish about it. I was like, hey, if someone bails, I'll be there. Like, I hated doing it, but I think it was the smart thing. I want to be on that show. I think his contention was I'm a fan of it, so I shouldn't reach out, but I don't really understand that.
Lewis said that?
No, Tukey.
Oh, Tukey. I was like, wait.
That'd be hilarious.
I was like, oh my God, run.
That would be devastating.
This is the last episode of the Blind Mike Project.
That would be very hurtful.
No, I mean, he's come on the show before.
Yeah, I didn't really understand why he thought it was so ridiculous. Like, I'm on the low level of who would be on that show for sure. But I don't think I'm that far away from that low level. You know?
Well, if
you look at the guests, obviously I'm not fucking Tim Dillon or the big people they've had on. But if you look at the low end of who they've had on, I don't think I'm that delusional to be like, hey, can I come on?
Your message and reasoning, I thought, was valid. People bail all the time.
They're going to be in Uncasville, Connecticut. It's not Manhattan.
No, it is not.
So I was like, odds are they might have an opening for me, and I want to be on the podcast. I don't get his point really, but he kept it going for a couple of days. I listened to the show. I listened to their show too, and I'm going to be on with them. It's weird.
Yeah, but like it's not that it's not that deep. I don't think.
Yeah, I didn't think it was that crazy, especially because like Tukey was on with me.
Right.
And Lewis goes, hey, send me the link. He was watching the show and said, send me the link. Again, I don't deserve to be on, and I'm on the very low end of who they would consider booking. But like for my own benefit, like I want to be on the show. I think it would be good for me, and I think I would fit in. I didn't think it was as crazy as they made it seem, but maybe I'm delusional.
I don't think it's that crazy.
Well, I guess
if you had no correspondence with him, he's been on this show like 3 times or something like that. So it's not like complete strangers. You see him at Skankfest every year.
And also, I expect it not to be on. But like, I think it's smart of me to try. No,
absolutely.
Like for the good of try to further my career. I didn't think it was that. I didn't go, hey, Taylor and Travis, put Adam Sandler aside. I think I should be officiating this wedding.
Yeah, when you went on Lauren Compton's show, you should have just been like, you know what? I shouldn't.
No, yeah, I don't deserve it. I'm not big enough. Lauren Compton was a guest on what podcast this week, Craig?
I have no idea.
Story Wars. Like, I don't get why it was that delusional of me.
That's hilarious.
I really didn't get it, but oh well. We'll find out tomorrow, I guess.
Back to the super chats.
Yes.
Vegas Law Tube, $5. Pull the Regs clip of Bobby's baseball lie and Shane Gillis calling him out.
Oh, that was very funny.
I don't know if
I didn't know. I had nothing to add to it other than laughing with them, but that was very funny. Did you see that?
No.
Shane filled in for Joe List on the Regs this week. And Bob Kelly told a story about when he was a kid playing Little League Baseball in West Medford, that he made the game-winning catch on his knees. Like he slid on his knees and made like a Torrey Hunter style catch to win the game. I just said, well, this just isn't true. It was very funny. Shane was calling him Web Gem Bobby.
That's a hilarious line. When I was in Little League, we were in the our town North Reading's World Series, and I got the game-winning hit, walk-off, single right up the middle.
Craig.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly what happened. Water dumped on me the whole thing.
Carried you on your shoulders?
No. North Reading transcript. I'm sure if there's a online thing of it, you'll find the article. I was in the paper and everything.
This is exactly what Bobby said.
I have proof.
Now that I'm thinking of the clip, I kind of wish we did pull it because it was very funny. But
I miss you, Jimmy. $20. Hope you're eating well and not working too much. Love you, Michael and Craig.
Thanks, pal. We'll try to take it easy.
Brando, $2. The censorship. It just never fucking ends, man.
You said it, Brando. You know, I really couldn't have put it any better.
Don Fried Chicken, $9.99. Mike, I recently got addicted to Lemon Party and Hate Watch. It's like the spiritual successor to Cumtown. I have to spell it that way thanks to censorship. He spelled it with a K.
I'm confused though. You hate Watch? Does that mean you didn't like Cumtown either?
Or maybe he likes Cumtown, so he hates the spinoffs.
No, it's spiritual successor means kind of like next in line, right?
Yeah.
I like Ben Avery. I've talked to him about coming on this program. Sure, it'll never happen because I'm just some, you know.
Has what's his face like done anything since we've really talked about him? I try to keep my yeah.
Not really. Like I think the Warthog put it best. He just kind of does a show that you and him would just like nod to. The cowboy. Yeah, no, hasn't done anything in a while of note. So,
John Meter. I love this super chat. I don't think many people will understand it. John Meter Perel, $2. Lewis, if you're in the chat, get Pete Shepard on.
Pete Shepard, a great man.
John Meter Perel, $2. I covered that Little League game. Craig is a liar. Rode the pine.
Yeah, can we get this? I'd like to see some evidence of Craig's untapped baseball potential.
I'll see if I can find it because we're in the championship game. We hadn't lost in the playoffs, so if we did lose, it would force a game 2, and I was going to pitch that game.
Craig struck out Daniel Monte.
No, I didn't pitch. I didn't pitch. Thank God. I was in a league with the kids in the grade above me.
Oh well, excuse me.
No, we would have absolutely lost game 2 had I pitched.
Cyclone Coney.
Yeah. Ederman, $5. I recently had ankle surgery and I saw Craig hanging out in the maternity ward. He kept saying he had to get them before they spoil.
True or false? Did you say that?
That's false.
That's a good T-shirt. Get them before they spoil for a very good show.
Don Fried Chicken, $2. Hate Watch is the name of Devin Costa's podcast.
Oh, yeah. No, I like those guys. I was confused by the phrasing, but yes, no, I like those guys. I like Lemon Party. I more so check out the clips of Ben Avery.
Mm-hmm.
Like Very Good Clips is the channel.
Yeah, clever name.
I know. What can I tell you? Yeah, no, Lemon Party. They seem like very funny guys.
You're not gonna like this. Cardiff Electric, $2.79.
This wiseacre.
Tukey agreed to accept your apology tomorrow on PTH.
and then I have this asshole sending me patronizing messages all week. Hey, Mike, are you okay, man? What is this? Stop it.
You want to go Norton?
Yeah, let's go Norton. Let's go Jimmy Norton defending Joe Rogan. I'm sure Norton will be accused, much like myself, of being a Rogan ball washer here. But I thought this was actually a very good debate, or whatever you want to call it. Gianmarco Soresi, comedian, was on Jim Norton's podcast. And thanks to Germ for alerting me to this, because I might have skipped the episode otherwise. But if you check out the last, 15 or 20 minutes or so, they start getting into Rogan and the Austin comedy scene and stuff. And I thought this was actually a very good back and forth. And I think Gianmarco is much better at articulating the point that Marin and Jeselnik are trying to make. I'll be curious if Craig agrees with that. But I just think it seems like a more level-headed argument. And I appreciate Gianmarco bringing it up with a guy like Norton, who he probably knows is going to kind of take Rogan's side in all of this.
Well, that's the thing that Marin won't do. And
Correct.
It's also, as long as this guy doesn't sound like he has like venom, poisonous hate in his heart.
It doesn't seem like it. Maybe he's done other stuff that is more venomous. I will say he says one thing that I hope he changes his mind on. But let's get into it. Norton and Gianmarco Soresi.
Sure.
Yeah.
So I apologize to a couple of people.
Comedians or just regular politicians? Or?
Steve Martin and Dr.
Really?
Phil. Yeah. Just a few people that I kind of.
Steve Martin. Do you apologize to Steve?
I did. Yeah, he called me out. He was right.
Oh, wow.
That's why I hate people who are anonymous.
I'm worried these might not line up, but let's see. Let's see where this goes.
I wasn't anonymous, and I had to suffer the embarrassment of going, "Oh yeah, I did." I've told the story before, but he was great. I was doing something for the Tonight Show. I was online interview.
Like this is an exceptionally long clip typically that we play, so maybe I got like a minute off. Let me skip ahead a little bit.
I'm guessing that's it. Yeah.
I once talked at the cellar once, and it was
Yep.
fine.
Yeah,
there was no resolution.
Back a little bit. Sorry. This is the right.
Good. I was like, maybe it was like a minute off. Or
yeah,
something.
I didn't need the Steve Martin stuff in there. I probably just fucked it up.
Yeah, I was pretty harsh. I was harsh on people who had Trump on the podcast, and I still feel that way. And then I went to there was a Netflix brunch, and it was like, all right, here.
All right, I already hate this guy.
Why? Give him a chance.
You can't blame someone for having the sitting president on your fucking show.
Well, I think his contention is that they did not push back at all on him. They didn't.
Yeah, because Marin pushed back real hard on Obama. Shut the fuck up.
But that's not what I'm talking about here. I'm saying I think that's his contention about these guys. I would argue that's never been Rogan's thing. Although Rogan did push back a little with JD Vance the other day. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, he heard this guy's podcast and was like, "Oh, I got to change my ways because of this guy."
He might have, but then people will be like, "Oh, he only did it because people criticized him." It's like, well, that's good, right? Like he heard criticism and it changed because of it. But like I thought he did push back a little on JD Vance. But I would say of Rogan, his podcast has never been contentious. I think a guy like Schultz and Theo's like a silly boy. Theo did the exact interview with Trump that I would expect him to do.
Exactly.
Schultz is one you can be like. Schultz kind of talks a lot of shit. and then to not really push back on anything. I do get the criticism with Schultz specifically, but I do think you have to handle it case by case. I don't think it's just a blanket like you had Trump on, you're evil. And what I would always point to is all these guys have done that forever. Like Carson had Reagan on, Arsenio had Clinton on. Like shows have had politicians on for decades at least, and sometimes it's a softball interview. Like it's not always holding the guy's feet to the fire, and that's just the nature of the world. Not everyone wants to get in the weeds like that. So that's what I would say about it. But I had to simmer down, Craig. Give the guy a chance. I thought he was good.
There's 12 people I've talked shit about.
Have you met? Did you talk to any of them?
Schultz and I once talked at the Cellar once, and it was fine. There was no resolution to it. And then I don't know, I wouldn't talk to Theo Vaughn or I wouldn't talk to Joe Rogan. I don't need to.
That's where I don't agree with him. That I think is wrong. That's the wrong mentality. Where like you should go on and say this with these guys. This conversation with Norton, we're going to hear Norton defend these guys a little, but this conversation with Norton can be contentious, and Norton doesn't agree with you. But you're, exchanging ideas and going back and forth. And maybe neither of your minds will change, but maybe someone out there listening who didn't agree with you will kind of see things differently, or vice versa.
This guy's got the attitude like he's upset he's not allowed to use a women's bathroom. That's the energy I'm getting here.
I don't really know what you mean.
He sounds like a bitchy queen.
Okay. Just say more directly, I guess.
Okay.
I didn't have that takeaway from it, but maybe I'll change my mind as we listen.
Them just because of their politics, or have you heard things about them that you like? I don't like this guy.
No, it's not necessarily even when I talk to them, but I mean, like the truth is, like I don't respect them, and especially if I don't respect their stand-up comedy, then I go, well, what do I even care? I certainly don't respect you as a piercing journalist. So if I don't even like your stand-up, then whatever.
Yeah,
you're not a peer.
Stand-up is a
Joe Rogan's not a peer.
Yeah, that's a little rough, I guess, rehearing that. But like, I kind of agree with that mentality in a weird way. I don't think it's what he means, but like, why respect their journalism or whatever you want to call it? Like, why is everyone so worked up about Rogan having Trump on? If he's a guy you don't respect, like, who gives a shit? That's what I don't get the as you said, the venom from a lot of people, where it's like it's anger that these guys had them on. I really don't believe one mind was changed by Trump being on Joe Rogan. I think the idea that Trump did those podcasts and Kamala Harris wouldn't, I think that might have swayed people. Like Trump just seemed like I don't know, a more relatable person, or someone you believed more, whatever it was, whatever that was that appealed to people. Just the move of doing those podcasts. It's nothing that was said in either direction. Could Rogan have fucking grilled him on the Epstein files or something? Sure. I just don't know that that's who Joe Rogan is. He's not an investigative journalist. Like when people, it's weird when we talk about this, people will always say this take is defending Joe Rogan. I believe I'm stating a fact here. Joe Rogan is not a journalist and has never claimed to be.
Mm-mm.
I don't think I'm making anything up. I don't think that's ball washing or defending him. He does a podcast where they talk about their opinions on things and they get into subjects, and some of those are important subjects, and some of them are really stupid, and some of them he's wrong on, and some of them he's right about, and sometimes the guests bring up interesting ideas, and sometimes the guest is a crazy person, and that's just what the podcast is. And there was a day where he reached the amount of listeners where people decided, oh, you're not allowed to do that podcast anymore in that way because too many people listen to you. And I've never understood that logic, where you can do it with 100,000 listeners, but you can't do it with 1 million or whatever the threshold is.
But the thing, they're just going, this guy's going based off headlines, because if you watched Rogan or paid attention to his feed, he has everyone from both sides on. He tried to have Kamala Harris on. He had that weirdo James Tallarico that said God is trans the other day on his show. Like, he's going any which way. So like, this argument is fucking lazy to me.
And I think Norton gets into that a little bit. So let's hear it.
Is a taste thing. So anyone who doesn't like stand up, but do you
Taste
not
the thing, but I respect I can respect someone who I hate if they're a great comic. I believe in the integrity of my comedic taste.
But do you not respect Rogan and Theo, at least for like Theo gave a funny Trump interview. Like he gave the most different Trump interview that anyone has done, and he was totally himself in the interview.
That's fine. He's a good interviewer. He's an entertaining personality. I just don't think Trump's a good force to America. I think it's hurt culture. I think it's hurt people. I think it hurts queer people.
I forgot to give Craig the speech. I meant to give Craig the speech of, all right, Craig, don't get too disgusted. We're just going to try and take what the guy is saying, not necessarily his political opinions, but I think it's an interesting debate. I forgot to give Craig that speech, so it's my fault.
It usually works too. I wasn't warned.
No, it's entirely my fault. I threw steak in front of the dog. What did I expect? I said, "Oh, we're all gonna have a nice dinner tonight."
Yeah. Oh no.
Just don't like the cozying up. I think we've become way too cozy with politicians. If we want to maintain that badge of being a comedian,
I need that energy for everyone, then, sir.
No, I agree with that, and that I agree with, and I would say the same. The Marin for having Obama on or whatever, that I do agree with. But I have come around on this point where it's like, what are you guys doing? Because Rogan was a guy that questioned authority. I get that again. His show is not grilling people, but he was a guy who questioned authority and was interested in these conspiracy theories and government cover-ups, and to have politicians on and not really get into that. Or again, Schultz might be more guilty of that. Like not getting into some of those things that you are definitely interested in, but it might be an uncomfortable conversation. I would say, why do it if you're not going to ask a lot of those questions? And again, he brought the Epstein files with JD Vance and even
Strait of Hormuz. You were right. He grilled him pretty good, actually.
And they even got contentious with some religious thing. Mm-hmm. Where they were talking about religion, in schools, Bible verses being promoted in schools and stuff like that.
I agree with Rogan on that, by the way.
And Rogan really gave it to him on that. JD kind of was like, oh, well, let's agree to disagree, and tried to get out of it.
He had every opportunity to be like, yeah, I don't think religion should be in schools, which it shouldn't. Separation of church and state.
But I'll say this to that argument. Maybe guys like this saying stuff like that, maybe Rogan heard that and was like, I should do a little more of that. So I don't mind the opinion of these guys, can use that platform for a lot more. I just don't think it's necessary. It's expected of them. Where if you look at Theo, I don't know, would you get, they bring up Zach Galifianakis later, so I won't, get too much into that. But if Caleb Presley had fucking, I don't know, AOC on and did that goofy interview, would you be mad at him?
No,
of course not.
I like seeing the politicians go on from any side, and I'll listen to most of them.
They'll talk about that. I think Norton brings up some interesting points too. And just to be clear, I'll say this now because I know sometimes people are like, "Oh, you paused the clip too much." The clip is available on Jim Norton Can't Save You. It's on all podcast platforms. It's on Jim Norton's YouTube right now. Go check it out. It's a great podcast. I've enjoyed many episodes of it. Go check out Jim Norton with John Marco Soresi. Watch it in its entirety without our commentary if you aren't enjoying us talking over it.
Comedian. I think politicians should be like, I don't know if I want to do the comedy podcast. And I think it's become a little too much like, you got to get on Rogan. You should be scared to go on a comedian's podcast if you're a politician or a pope.
Obama broke that mold.
I agree. And I had a friend, I remember when he did Between
Zach,
Two Ferns, and my friend was like, I don't really like this. And I remember being like, shut up.
It was funny.
Shut up.
So he does admit, I don't think it's a great thing. And I think it's good that Norton brought that up. Obama was the one to be like, hey, let's be wacky and silly. But I think that might have been the point to me where I was kind of like, I respect what this guy's saying because there's something to that. All these guys that admire Bill Hicks and Lenny Bruce, I'm specifically thinking of Rogan, the guys that admire the comedians that challenged society and challenged politicians and the government, things like that. I don't think it should be a safe landing spot necessarily. It can be. Like I said, Theo Von probably should be. I don't know that we want Theo Von in charge of getting serious answers out of politicians. But like if you're gonna step in that world, I don't think it's crazy for people to be like, "Hey, push back on JD Vance." And when he did, I think it was good because I don't know enough about that stuff, but I did see clips where people are like, "JD Vance embarrasses himself on Rogan." And I'm sure those people have their own biases, whatever. But it did result in something where people weren't. It wasn't a softball interview people expected necessarily.
But the thing is, though, it's like he doesn't pay attention. This guy clearly doesn't pay attention to anything because Theo couldn't be more anti-Trump.
But this is also changed. You know what's weird about this? It's funny you say that too, because you're right. What's weird about guys like Marin and even Gianmarco or any of these guys still banging that drum? A lot of them have kind of turned.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like they drink in information and make an opinion on it.
A lot of them have turned on Trump, and you still have people being like, I guess they're angry they promoted him in the first place. But again,
and that's disgusting.
They would have done it for Kamala, and she just made it too difficult.
Yeah, she wanted him to like travel only for an hour, and he's like, no.
It just that's not what the podcast is. Yeah, no. She did call her daddy that she knew would be safe. And like, did Alex Cooper? No one ever brings this up. Did Alex Cooper just decimate Kamala Harris?
No,
of course not. What did you expect? It's call her daddy. That's not what it's supposed to be. I think people would be kind of annoyed if you did that.
Next, we got media and choices. Is that what it's called?
Yeah. So Norton's talking about how it's actually kind of a good thing that people have more options now because how the mainstream media handled everything. Like the mainstream media is kind of what created all of this.
Like it on that side either. I think like it's got to be. I think there just needs to be a recalibration in this country.
I don't know. I think here's what I like about it. I hate the media so much. I like that they've lost a lot of their ability to control what people are thinking. Like, I love Joe, and I've seen plenty of things he said that I'm like, nah, that's not how I feel. And I've seen plenty of things he said, I go, yeah, that makes sense to me. So it's a kind of an issue by issue thing. I'll agree or not agree. But I think that having that choice is really good. And you look at the media, and they've kind of come off as these arbiters of what's true and what's not true.
Yeah.
And that's where they became hateable. So anything that is really ruining their ability to do that makes me happy.
But the thing is, like, is it ruining their ability, or is it just shifting to a different paradigm? Because it's like you got Barry Weiss and you got 3 billionaires in charge of now all the media organizations. There's a new movie about Sam Altman, the AI guy, that Amazon no longer wants to acquire because AI invested into them. So they got them. They got Barry Weiss, who's practically owned by the Ellisons and whatever. And now Joe Rogan keeps having on people that are more sympathetic to that worldview. So it's not that they're necessarily fracturing.
This is where they get it wrong. Like Tim Dillon bashes Barry Weiss weekly now, I think.
Yeah.
Like, I think Rogan has other people on too. And now if you want to criticize him, like Rogan has buddied up with billionaires, and I don't think questions them the way a lot of people thought he would based on how he talked forever. Like this conspiratorial mind, this guy who always thinks there's something, maybe more sinister going on in the background. Things are not always what they appear. These people lie to you. A guy who talked like that forever and then has billionaires and politicians on and doesn't really question anything about what they might be doing. That is, it's a little disappointing. Like that I can understand.
Yeah, but this guy, when he's like, I don't like the media, he's talking about like Fox.
Maybe this guy specifically, but like, I don't think it's the majority. That's not who Norton's talking about.
Oh no, I know that, but I'm saying like this argument. The argument of everyone go on everything is my stance.
Yeah, so my take on this. You're nothing like this, Craig. So I'm not talking about you at all. my take on this is that this would be a guy. He's clearly politically leans one way.
Yeah,
I'm sure he has his biases and everything. What I liked about him is he's much more willing. This discussion doesn't happen anymore.
No.
Like, I like this discussion that he went on with Norton, who is a friend of these guys, and had this discussion. Now, I would say he's like, oh, I'll never talk to Rogan or Theo. That's a mistake. I think it would be really interesting to have these discussions. And he said he talked to Schultz about it and nothing came of it. Okay, but that was in private. Maybe if it was on a podcast, something would come of it. Because what I think these guys don't realize, they think, and by they, I mean him and Marin. I guess that's all I'm really talking. There are plenty others that fall in that umbrella, but Marin's really the only one I'm thinking of. Where when they talk about, the podcast bros, the Austin comedy scene, they're very upset that it doesn't it seems like they think there's this cult around them and everyone respects them and follows everything they say. Go look at every comedy reaction channel. Look at it, the comment section here on this video. If I mildly defend Rogan, look at the comment section where people are like, "Oh, you're a Rogan. Rogan's a fucking hack. His podcast is shit." Like, people love to shit on these guys. It seems like they think people aren't capable of making their own decisions, and if they hear Joe Rogan say something politically or scientifically or whatever, that they're just going to mindlessly follow them. And I'm telling you, that's not the case. It's just simply not. Look at any feedback online that Rogan gets. Everyone is just as capable of making that decision and realization as you are.
Yeah, I think the argument begins and ends with the left is just not willing to go on all of the shows. So people think
that's something they are much worse at. Like, I have my problems with both sides. I think as everyone should.
Yeah.
But I do think what the right is better at is being willing, like JD Vance went on The View.
Mm-hmm.
That's
the lion's den for
the equivalent of that, whatever that equivalent is. The left doesn't really do, except for a guy like Bernie Sanders, who the left just fucked over multiple times.
Right. Also, frequent guest on Rogan. Dumbass.
Right. But that's what I mean. Like, Bernie Sanders is willing to do it. Very few are, though. Like, Kamala wasn't willing to do it. We'll see if whoever runs in 2028.
That's not the fault of Rogan.
Of course not. Yeah, they blame Rogan is the boogeyman for them. And it feels like they're just criticizing the wrong person in all this. Is your argument, is what everyone is, banging the drum on, that Rogan's dumb? Okay, fine. I don't think he's an idiot, but is he as smart as he thinks he is? Probably not. Is that what you want us to say? Like, what is this argument exactly? That their show should be less successful? Like, I don't get what they want out of all this, because I haven't checked. I don't think they're going to give a fair scorecard on how he interviewed JD Vance. Like, when it does happen, then you kind of have to come out and go, all right, good job, Joe. You did one right. If you're going to be this critical of him all the time, then when he pushes back on a guy, and if they say he doesn't push back hard enough, I don't know what you wanted. Like that, then that's where it gets crazy. It's like, well, Joe was never going to interrogate these guests. It's just not what his podcast is.
A belief in a media system. It's creating like a kind of more skewed new version that everyone's listening to.
Rogan did ask Kamala, and he offered her any time.
That's fine.
She turned it down.
That's fine, but he's having on like the Sam Altmans and the Mark Zuckerbergs and some billionaire people and the Elon Musks that I'm like, this is not shaking up the paradigm. This is bolstering the richest people there is.
But they're also interesting people to hear talk. Like when we all have a choice when we hear somebody talk. Do I believe this or do I not believe this? And I don't think for other people. So if Kamala had done his show, maybe I would have liked her more. Maybe I wouldn't have liked her more.
Yeah.
But it doesn't convince me usually either way.
This guy's such a lady.
Craig hate criming this poor guy. He's done nothing wrong.
This guy, even Jim Norton would call this guy gay.
Well, who cares? I think he is gay, but who gives a shit?
No. I don't care about how he kisses. I'm just saying he's gay.
But Norton is, I forget what they even said. I was gonna say Norton's right. I can't even remember what he was talking about now.
He was talking about Kamala going on and probably her or not.
Norton is correct. I don't know why. It shows you how little they think of everyone else, that it's like, oh, well, Rogan is brainwashing people. Like, give everyone the same grace. The people that blindly agree with Rogan would have had that opinion anyway. Mm-hmm. And if Rogan gave the opposite opinion, they'd go, Rogan's a liberal cuck now. Fuck him. I'm watching Ben Shapiro or whatever the correct take would be. Like, they would go find that guy. The fault is thinking that people aren't as capable of you. Like, oh, sure, I can listen to what Joe Rogan says and make my own decisions, but regular people can't. Like, that is a very dismissive way of thinking about people. And I think it's a shitty way. It's not a progressive way, certainly, to look at people, where it's like, well, these people are so dumb. They have regular jobs. They're too dumb to figure out. A construction worker can't listen to Rogan just to get through a day and not be brainwashed. It's like, yeah, that's not really how any of this works. You can turn it off if you want. You can keep listening if you don't agree with it.
Next, we have Educated.
This is, let's see. This kind of goes with what we were talking about. But, like, people being properly educated on a lot of these topics.
For sure. But I just think, like, again, it's not Joe Rogan's fault to a certain degree. It's like, well, if people aren't educated.
Then why do you hate him to his core?
Relax.
Are you going to be mad at Joe Rogan for saying something crazy and everyone believes it? Like, it's like if someone says, I got your nose, and everyone believes it, and then we shoot the guy who made the joke.
But that's true. But I also don't think you have to be uneducated to like him. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I don't think that it's
you
only...
can like it as entertainment. I just think if you're going, like, for medical advice, those people who do...
Right.
Oh, God. That's crazy.
I wouldn't go to
me.
any podcaster for medical advice, but Bill Gates gives a lot of advice about health and COVID vaccine. And I'm not against COVID,
sure.
but I'm saying, like, is he more qualified to talk about it than Joe, who's in good shape? Like, you know, look at Bill Gates. He's just a fucking... You know what I mean? Like, who are we listening to?
Yeah, but we should have some qualifications.
100%. But... the fact that people put it on Joe.
I don't agree with that, by the way. In this day and age, I don't think we should have some qualifications. Just like I don't know what John Marco Sorosi's qualifications are to talk about it. And to say that what are your qualifications to say that Joe Rogan is wrong? Like, Joe Rogan was proven right on a couple. This medical thing keeps coming back.
The big one was the ivermectin.
The thing they're all referring to, Joe Rogan was proven correct. But even take that out. Let's say he was wrong. Just a guy talking on a podcast. I don't believe that anyone is going to Joe Rogan for medical advice. I really don't.
That's what I'm saying. They're listening to a comic ex-cage fighter commentator.
It's a straw man argument that has been created and just repeated endlessly over and over again by so many people that people go to Joe Rogan for medical advice. I don't know one. Do you?
No.
Do they? Like, who's a person that has gone to Joe Rogan for medical advice? And by that, I mean, like, if you heard Joe Rogan suggest ivermectin or anything else, testosterone, like anything Joe Rogan talks about, and then you go to your doctor and say, hey, I was listening to a podcast. Should I take testosterone? And they say yes. That's not going to Joe Rogan for medical advice.
But that's the thing is, like, that's what he always says this worked for me. It's not going to work for everyone.
Yeah, I don't worry. But even if he doesn't do that, sometimes he talks a little more like, "Hey, this is the right way to do it." That's also fine.
Yeah,
he's allowed to do that. He's talking about himself and things that have worked for him, and he's talking like he knows because he feels he does. And you can do with that whatever you want. If someone takes medicine just because they heard a podcast talk about it, and something happens to them negatively, they deserve it. Who gives a shit? Like, I don't get this idea that he's giving out medical advice. Like, on a regular podcast that doesn't have as many listeners as Joe Rogan, but say it's successful. If they just talk about changing their diet or vitamins they've been taking or exercise they've been doing, is that medical advice? Or is it just conversation? Like, that argument has been repeated over and over again, and I don't really get it.
No kidding.
Like, I don't believe that
Craig's beaten
liking
down.
or believing.
This guy, I don't like the blanket opinions.
The reason I liked him and I enjoyed listening to this segment because I do think he has an opinion you don't agree with, but he's talking it out with Norton. He's not.
I like that he's
shitting on Norton. He's not talking over Norton or not letting him talk. Like, they're having a very he wildly disagrees with you probably, but he's having the discussion, and that never happens anymore. So I appreciate him doing it.
I appreciate that, but also when you come out and you're like, this person X had Trump on, so them doing A, B, C, and D sucks, and I'm never gonna deal with it.
Yeah, but he's not really saying. He's a little more open minded than you're giving him credit for, I think.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know about that.
Hey, don't worry about it. The comments will agree with you. Old liberal Mikey is out today, so lap up those comments, Craig.
No, this guy walked into Norton's house, saw heels bigger than Jim Norton's foot, and went, "I'm in a place of safety." And then he's realizing he's not.
Craig's coming out very homophobic here. I don't understand it, but
no, I'm not. I don't care what people do.
This homo shouldn't be talking about my pal Joe Rogan.
It's the classic Louis bit, which is the most accurate bit of all time. When you say someone's gay, you don't mean like what they're sexually into.
I get it. I'm just busting your chops, pal.
What he says is a sign of not being educated. It can be if you blindly listen to any entertainer, then I think you should come to your own
For sure, but I think
better.
we like casually listen to entertainers about like more and more important things, and an entertainer should have the humility to be. I think Joe, and again, from what I know, lacks the humility sometimes of being like, I don't really know about this thing. And there's always like a no, this is true. This is true. But the vaccines actually do this.
But he doesn't do that. I think Rogan's guilty of that sometimes, but so what?
Mm-hmm.
Like so are a lot of people.
But he also, and I think it probably started around the Alex Jones episode, where now every time he says something like that, he asks Jamie to pull it up.
Yes, it's very he has made a conscious effort, and that's another thing people don't really give him credit for. Like he is affected by that stuff. Like he realizes more people are listening to him, so he tries to fact check that on the fly, and then they'll go, "Well, those fact checks are bullshit," and it's like, well, just say you don't want him to have a podcast, you know?
Right.
He's a guy who's pretty dialed in health-wise. Who doesn't do that? Meaning, what person, when they're talking, doesn't... here's the assumption, the kind of the asterisk is, I'm giving you my opinion, and this is my worldview, and this is my feelings.
I like the way Norton said that, too. That's the unassumed asterisk. Like, Joe Rogan might go, no, this is how it is. I'm right about this. He can say that all day.
Mm-hmm.
He's not printing it in the New York Times. He's saying on his podcast, no, I'm right about this. It's just a guy's opinion. That's how people talk. You don't go, like if you're just having a conversation with someone off air, which the point of that show is supposed to be, how people talk with their friends, like discussions people have. If you're just at dinner with a guy and you go, no, I'm right about this, you don't go, oh, well, that's legally binding, so I can sue you now if you're wrong. It's like, well, that's not how conversation works. It's not a legally binding contract just because you think you're right about something.
Next, we have expertise.
Yeah, so this is where, remember, we covered Douglas Murray giving Dave shit for this.
Yes.
They think you have to be an expert. And I don't know. I think you can talk about whatever. I think Dave Smith can talk about politics all the live long day. And I think he's even allowed to be wrong or give stupid opinions. That's it, perfectly within his right. I think there seems to be something where a lot of people that do podcasts, by the way, this is always said on a podcast, but they're saying like you have to be an expert in a field to even open your mouth on a subject. And I just don't think that's the nature of the podcasting. That's not the nature of the internet. I don't know what they think is going to be policed with this, but they want you to be an expert if you're going to talk about something.
The next words out of Norton's mouth can be like, have you even been to the Strait of Hormuz?
That's right.
Expertise important. In anything.
Sure. It depends on what is being classified as expertise, who decides what an expert is. But yes, in general, sure.
For sure. But don't you agree that like maybe you and me aren't as qualified? And I'm not saying you should just blindly submit to everyone who claims they have expertise, but we have systems, schooling, education, degrees, peer-reviewed analysis. And I think just what happens is there's a thing of like, well, this system has failed us in multiple different ways, so fucking burn it to the fucking ground. And it's like, well, then it's going to be chaos.
Sure.
And the more complicated a subject is, when it comes to science, I'm terrible at science, but the more complicated it is, the easier it is for someone to claim all knowledge and bamboozle people and confuse people. So yeah, Joe Rogan's healthy. I know a lot of healthy people that don't know a fucking thing about science.
But
if he wants to get a degree in something, sure.
I don't think you need a degree to discuss something. If anyone puts you as a comedian, as an expert in something, and not just an opinion they're hearing, that's on that person. Like there's this thought where
I watch a lot of porn. I don't know anything about lighting or like editing
What?
or like it's just that.
I get what he's saying.
I get what he's saying, but why porn? Why not? I watch
He
television.
just movies, yeah, I guess. But I guess he's saying like I have sex, so I'm knowledgeable in that, but I'm not knowledgeable in other things that go into filming it. I think is what he's trying to. I get the example. It is a weird one, but
Knowing or being aware or familiar doesn't mean you necessarily know all the different things that go into it.
100%.
I don't even know how educated Joe Rogan is. All I know is that there's not a degree. Why if he really loves a thing, go to school for it.
But I don't think you need to do that just to have a conversation about it.
Correct.
He's
For
not
sure.
He's literally.
It's a lot of conversations about it.
But that's what his job is. Like,
What's his job?
To talk and to be entertaining.
Sure.
He's a comedian and he has a podcast, and that really is all it is. And he's just doing his job.
There's a lot of conjectures. You won't see me. If I went on every single podcast and every conversation I had was about like you should get the vaccine, I should probably do more research about it.
But he probably did do the research. I have to say that. Like, and
Sure.
by the way, and I'm vaccinated, so I did.
He also had the guy that like invented it on to talk about it.
he had Sanjay Gupta on to talk about it. He had Robert Malone on to talk about it. He had Peter McCullough on to talk about it. He's had a lot of people on to talk about it.
Like literally the experts this guy's talking about were on the show.
Believe me, as a guy who got a little too into it at the time, Joe Rogan's problem was not lack of guests talking about the vaccine.
No.
That's the other thing people forget is like sometimes the guests are experts.
Right.
So what is Joe Rogan supposed to say? Okay, you talk. I'm just going to sit here because I'm not an expert in this. I'm not
on those kind of episodes. He kind of asks questions about it, and the guy or girl will explain how it works and what goes on. And he just goes, "Okay," and then he asks another question.
Or even the fight he had with Sanjay Gupta was because they said something about Rogan specifically, and Rogan was basically saying, "You guys lied about me." So that's what that argument was. It wasn't like, "Oh, you don't know science, Sanjay," you know?
Right.
So yeah, like I just think they're misguided, and I think Norton is hitting the nail on the fucking head here. It's like that's all that it is. They're conversations. Norton's not a 9/11 expert. He doesn't have inside information, but he famously got Jesse Ventura to walk off of a show.
I won
because of his opinions. Like it's just a conversation. That's all that it is. The people making it an issue, that's on them. I actually don't believe it's Joe Rogan's responsibility to police these conversations better. It's just a conversation, and you can take whatever you want out of them.
This is more careful.
And I'll throw out to use this as the example. Is Whoopi Goldberg an expert? Is Joy Behar an expert on any of this?
According to this guy, yes, because he's on NBC or whatever.
I think he would say no, probably, but
I think he just wants a seat on the show.
Craig thinking about his seat a lot. this poor guy.
Yeah, you say that, and then he's like, "I watch porn," and we're like, "See?" Notice you didn't say what kind.
Let's continue. I think he's open, but
Millions of people were listening to you about your scientific views. Do you think that maybe you might be more careful before you expressed, I don't know, a view you saw on some article you saw in the New York Post that day?
If they were listening to me because they knew I was coming from an honest place of saying this is what I think, then I would continue to do what I was doing that got them listening to me in the first place. I think that if all of a sudden 1 million people are listening to me and they know that I'm just kind of giving an opinion on something I've seen or something I've experienced or something I've looked into, then I'm obligated just to keep doing the same thing and let them come to their own conclusion.
yeah, I thought Norton did a really great job here instead
Excellent
of
job.
gay bashing the guy like Craig does.
I'm not bashing the guy. He can kiss whoever he wants.
I thought Norton did a great job of staying on point, and there isn't really the rebuttal to this argument. And I think this guy's John Marco's doing a good job of trying to get his point across. But I think the rebuttal is it's always some form of I'd like them to not be doing the podcast.
Right.
And it's like, where was that on the rise up? Where was that at 100,000 viewers or 200,000 viewers? Like, where was that when they were big podcasts, but not massive? I don't remember people saying like, oh, this is really dangerous. But now because he has an audience, he should change the way he has conversations. Like, I don't really get that argument. I've never heard a good one against it. And even, I'm sure we'll get comments on this where people are just like, Rogan sucks. Rogan's an idiot. That's not
that's fine.
That's perfectly fine. You can be an idiot and have a podcast and talk about whatever you want. We're doing it right now.
That's perfectly fine. I'm also not. We're not going. No one should listen to Joe Rogan because boy is he evil.
Right. Like there's plenty of dumb people, and I was gonna say on both sides in all walks of life. There are dumb people that believe the Earth is flat that have a podcast. Like, and they should be allowed to be. I don't know what the alternative is really.
Right. Here's the last one, and this is Tony.
This is kind of what won me over. This might have swayed my opinion on him. I think he's correct about this special, and I thought he presented it in a funny way.
People give Hinchcliffe a hard time. I love him because he's been good to me. Like, you know what I mean?
But if you watch that special,
I haven't watched the special, but
I dare you.
But I've done. You know what?
By the way, that was code for I've watched it, but I don't want to trash him.
I dare you.
Why couldn't you have this energy the whole time?
See, I think if you watch the whole thing, maybe you know how you get, Greg. But I liked him. I thought he was kind of funny and affable. I didn't think it was coming from a venomous place the way you did. But
I dare you.
I've done Kill Tony enough times where I watch his brain. He's fucking as fast as anybody.
Jim, I can't. Jim,
I'm telling you, when you watch him on Kill Tony, he's lightning
Jim,
fast.
I watched the whole special. You watched the whole special.
No. I'm talking about Kill Tony. I didn't
I
watch the
know.
special.
I know.
Okay.
I know. Jim, you can't just like everybody.
But I don't.
What does that have to do with him liking Tony, though?
No, he's saying, because he's like, oh, well, I like Rogan. I like Theo. He's like, no, I know, but you must know what I'm saying. This special was really bad.
But this is like a really stupid move to just go and trash your peers like this.
I mean, the special was horrible.
I agree with that, but like
the more I've thought about it, like the special is an abomination.
And that's fine, but I feel like comics, especially when they're, I don't know.
I think this is something comics should call out because it was lazy.
But this is coming across like this guy's just jealous of everyone he's been talking about. That's my.
I don't know. People made fun of Brendan Schaub in the same way, and no one had a problem. And what I'll say about that is, make fun of Gringo Poppy all you want. There was preparation. There was a plan in place, and
it was like a one-man show. Honestly,
Brendan executed it. There were things written and rehearsed that Brendan said out loud. Think whatever else you want of it, but Gringo Poppy was a complete work of art. For better or worse. It was complete. Tony just went on and stood on stage and didn't do it. It was kind of a slap in the face to comedy. I can't believe that much money for it.
Isn't this fucking amazing?
That's what he did. He basically said how great he was, basked in the applause, and then said, What kind of Asian are you? He just did crowd work for like 40 minutes of an hour special.
By the way, I don't have a problem with this guy saying any of this stuff, but I'm just giving my opinion on what he's saying.
I understand. And no one's saying you can't say that, Craig.
This guy probably doesn't want me to say it.
Well, I might agree with him there too, but me and him shut down very good chat.
I don't like everybody.
You have too good of taste.
I like Tony very much. I love Joe. They've been friends for Joe's been a friend for 30 years.
Yeah, I don't need you to bad with your friends. I'm just saying, like, there's things you like and you don't like.
I think what bothers some of these guys, and he's at least being honest about it. That's what I appreciate. He's like, Tony's special sucked. Maron kind of tiptoes, or he doesn't really address it head on. Like, but Maron's kind of saying the same thing. But like, I think what grinds a lot of these guys' gears is that they don't think Tony is funny. They don't think Joe is funny. And they're looking at the amount of success they have.
And they're jealous.
They don't think Theo's funny. Schultz, whatever. Yeah. They're looking at the amount of success they have and saying, well, that doesn't equate. These guys are playing arenas while I'm in clubs or theaters. And that's fucked up because I think I'm a better stand-up comedian than them. They built their audiences because of podcasts. And by the way, that's happened forever. It just wasn't podcasts. It was TV and movies. Fucking, I'm sure at the height of Good Times, Jimmy Walker could sell out a club. And now, maybe not so much. But like, that's just how it works, where if you have a name, you're more able to sell tickets. And these guys made their name off podcasts. And I'm sure there are some people that liked seeing Tony live. And I'm sure there are some people that were at that special taping that were like, well, I'll never go to that again because that was horseshit. And that's just how a free market works. Like, I don't know what more they want. But I appreciated the debate. I don't think you don't see that a lot now. Like, how rare is what we just played, honestly?
By the way, like, he can say that all he wants, but like, he should expect blowback. Is my point.
Or sure, well, not even blowback, but like this, where people are discussing it and critiquing it or criticizing it, whatever. But I thought it was very refreshing to hear two guys talk about this in a way where he never calls Norton a bigot. Or, like it never gets ugly or anything like that. Like, I feel like it's been a while since we've seen good conversation like that.
Right. We got some super chats.
Well, let's hear them, for goodness sake.
Brando, member for 12 months. Happy anniversary, Mikey. What a year it has been. We've laughed, cried, and everything in between. I'm so glad we're best friends. Love you dearly.
Anniversary of
his membership of the.
Oh, thank you, buddy. Thank you, Brando. My head was spinning. I was like, what the hell are you talking about?
He then gifted one Blind Mike Project membership.
Oh, Brando, you're a sweet boy. Thank you, buddy.
DKCG, member for 10 months. I won't even talk to this guy I have a problem with. Is such an Opie or stuttering John thing to say.
Yeah, that's
kind of my point.
And maybe he did. I forget. Maybe I just didn't clip it. But I wish Norton said, and if he did, I apologize. But I would like to have heard Norton say, you should do it. Like, encourage him to do it. Because I think that'd be interesting. I think if Gianmarco went on Rogan or Schultz's podcast with that same energy, and like just don't back down from it, just like go at them the same way you're talking to Norton, I think that would make for an interesting podcast. And I think it would promote him a lot. I think there would be a lot of people on his side. I think maybe that's what some people are afraid of, is like, oh, I'd go into Marin said that, where Marin's like, what would I do with that audience? It's like, well, I think if Marin went on Rogan, he would walk away with a lot of fans.
Yes. I mean, that's the thing too, is like, he can go with this exact same energy on Rogan's show. And it's like, well, you got to respect him saying it to his face.
For sure. Yeah, I think he should do it. I suspect he will not see this clip, but if he does, Gianmarco, go on Rogan.
Manny Muskets.
By the way, Gianmarco, try and get on Rogan, even though you might be on the lower end of who he usually books. The guys had Trump on, for Christ's sake. But I still think you should give it a try.
Dear Joe Rogan, if anyone bails, I'm around.
I'm in Austin this
week. Manny Muskets, $5. I like how Norton never saw Tony's special and guests never saw Kill Tony, so they were both genuinely baffled by each other's opinions.
Oh, I bet Gianmarco's seen at least clips of Kill Tony, but it's funny. It is a different guy. They're talking about two different guys. Like, right. I think Tony is a decent podcaster. Based on what I've seen, I don't think he's a good stand-up.
DKCG, $2. Once Nixon appeared on Laugh In, it was all over.
He did do that. That's true. So it goes all the way back to Nixon. Nixon's now the early. Maybe there's something earlier. Maybe FDR was on some comedy radio show or something.
Logan 718, $2. Bill Clinton killed a man.
Yeah, I don't know what that's in reference to, but it's always good to just get that out there. Shout out Norm.
Yeah. He's doing Norm bits in the chat all day and no one understands what he's talking about. Funny. Hamilton Burger.
Homicide out of the White House.
Yeah, someone said or he said in the chat earlier, he's like, yeah, this guy is gay and deeply closeted. He's not gay, he's deeply closeted. And someone was like, actually, you can be both. Like,
my favorite is the famous Norm doing that is on Conan, where he's like, I'm not gay, I'm deeply closeted. But he also did it on Larry King, where he goes, I guess if I had to give the biggest secret in this book, it's that I'm a deeply closeted gay man. And Larry goes, really?
Yeah. I remember that.
He goes, you're a gay man. And Norm goes, no, what the hell are you talking about? I'm not gay. I said I'm deeply closeted. And Larry King goes, What are you revealing to us today? You're so confused.
And Hamilton Burger, $2. Tony's special was a bad headline set immortalized.
Yeah, I can't believe he put it out. I'm surprised the guy with his ego put it. I mean, his ego maybe what allowed to put it out. I can't speak. His ego may be what allowed him to put it out. Just thinking like everything he does is great. But I'm just surprised he didn't look at that and say, I can't show this to anyone. And it's not, like I said, it's not Gringo Poppy. It's not embarrassing bits that we can make fun of. There's just nothing there. You didn't do anything.
Box Eating Dad, $5. Craig and Tom are both jerks that got hot, ruined a podcast, and then divorced. Crazy.
It's true. A lot of people say that about Craig now, yeah.
John Meterparel, $2.50. Jason Wolf's son sold Craig ivermectin in 2021.
Is it true?
No.
I'd like to follow up on these reports, Meter.
All right. Where would you like to go next, sir?
Well, real quick, let's check in with an old friend, shall we? Mr. Ojeda?
Yes. Yes, we should. I was so happy that I turned on the old Twitter machine.
Should we play? You sent this to me a while ago. And this is not, I think this same clip was tweeted out by Libs of TikTok like a year ago, wasn't it?
I don't remember.
So Libs of TikTok has covered Ojeda before. I thought it was the same clip that they brought out again. Maybe I'm wrong, but I swear it was. There were a couple of old Ojeda clips.
Well, this is what they're doing is because he's running for office. They're now just finding everything that he used to say.
Well, because he deleted all his shows at that time when it happened months ago, and then he deleted all his shows again. I noticed. This is if you scroll back through Ojeda's episode. What we're about to watch is the first one. His addressing of this. But I guess let's play the clip of our friend Richard Ojeda that Libs of TikTok tweeted out to try and ruin his campaign.
And this
make him look crazy.
Something that we cannot tolerate. This is the United States of America. We are losing more and more rights every single day. And the only way we get rights back is for fighting for them. That's it. Bleeding for them. Dying for them.
That's it.
I gotta say,
there's worse out there.
Oh my God.
Libs of TikTok, if you catch wind, go back to any of our shows.
There's an episode titled Richard Ojeda is a Madman.
Yes. Go watch those.
Search Blind Mike, Richard Ojeda is a Madman. See what comes up. And Richard's a friend of the program, of course.
Yes.
But Libs of TikTok, this is a lazy job. This is bad journalism, I gotta say, quite frankly. Because if you think that's it, you're fucking nuts.
In response to that, the Libs of TikTok and Ojeda Strike Force, Amy Dora posts, "Hi all, I'm on Richard's campaign staff. There is an insane and totally false post going viral from a right-wing influencer. See below. We would encourage you find it and let people know in the comments that this is completely false." Richard would never call for a violent uprising.
But what's false? It's him, right?
It's him speaking. Richard would never call for a violent uprising. The only uprising he supports is the one that involves voting, volunteering, and expressing your First Amendment rights to free speech. Don't ignore those clips of him saying he's going to storm City Hall and tag team fucking everyone in there.
They're reacting to the clip.
Right.
He's like, we need to respond with violence.
We need to die for this cause.
They're like, Richard would never say that. And listen, I'll defend my buddy here. He speaks hyperbolically. And, Libs of TikTok, if we want to police language, who are we? What have we become?
Mm-hmm.
We're going to start policing language. Come on. That's not what we represent. But, yes, Richard can get a little riled up. I remember the Texas governor, Greg Abbott? Is that a guy? He's in a wheelchair.
Yes, he's the governor.
Governor, yeah, okay. I remember Richard taunting him about not being able to get up the stairway to heaven.
Yes.
When we didn't even get the joke at first. The joke, he goes off on this guy, and he's like, I hope he dies, and he can't get up the stairway to heaven. And we were like, Jesus. To us, it seemed, and then we realized he's in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
I mean,
go ahead.
To Libs of TikTok, there's so much gold in our library. Please go find it.
But this is what we love about Richard. Don't you understand? This is what makes Richard great. You should want him in office. He's a fun character.
And he's being hyperbolic the whole time. Come on.
Yes, it was a joke.
He's not talking about really curb stomping people.
No, of course. To my knowledge, there are no records of him curb stomping anybody. So
what's that story with him with the squalor?
What was that?
When he was a kid?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, just watch the interview we did with him.
That's true. Oh, the best. I might go back and watch that.
He's the best. They're making a mistake. They're going after the wrong guy. I'm sure there's other candidates they should try and take down. So I don't appreciate them going after our guy here. I thought about going back through the archives to pull some, but I figured we're just talking over it, so it wouldn't be fun for us to watch now, you know?
Right.
But Richard responded to this about a week ago or so on his program. He deleted all his other episodes before that, it seems like.
Mm-hmm.
Just too bad. Although this is a much more kinder, gentler Richard.
As soon as he's no longer able to run for office, we'll get the old guy back.
You know what? Before we play this, can I hear the last clip, the Libs of TikTok one more time?
Hold on, let me pull it back up.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No
let me just get a refresher on that guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
And this is something that we cannot tolerate. This is the United States of America. We are losing more and more rights every single day. And the only way we get rights back is for fighting for them. That's it. Bleeding for them. Dying for them.
Listen, that's a leader that I want. That's a guy with passion in his voice. He's got my vote.
That's right.
I'm going to try and move to North Carolina before November to vote on this.
But this is his response to that.
So this is his response. But you killed a man's spirit here. Listen to this version of Richard. This is. I don't know that I would vote for this guy. It's unfortunate what Libs of TikTok has done.
Okay, so first and foremost, I just want everybody to understand. I'm not going to go into a lot of details, but you need to understand that I am in a congressional race. And understand that my opponent is going to do everything that they can possibly do to try to paint me in a corner that makes me look like a bad person. Now, are there things
I would like to point out,
make me seem crazy.
I'd also like to point out it wasn't the opponent.
Well, I think he thinks maybe they're planting the story. They're like, hey, you got to see this Richard Ojeda guy. Now, folks, they might make me look like a guy who's threatening to curb stomp people, go in John Melendez's chat room and threatening people to fights.
It's a video of him getting like pulled over or whatever the fuck, the road rage incident.
You might think me and Doc Stallings fantasize about.
That was the name.
Sure, we fantasize about suplexing Republican fat cats down in Washington.
things that I have said?
I don't know if it's the Richard Ojeda's a Madman episode. I think there's another one.
I think it's Doc Stallings is in the title.
I'm sure. I would assume in the podcast version, Doc Stallings is in the title. It's got to be. But the Doc Stallings episode, one of my favorites in Blind Mike Project history. That was a lot of fun.
I'll see if I can find what episode number that is, or what it's called.
A corner that makes me look like a bad person. Now, are there things that I have said on social media over the years that I really wish I could take back? Yes, there are. Let me tell you something.
That Donald Trump shits himself. I may have. I don't know. Do I say I'd like to get to Washington so I can curb stomp some of the more staunch Republicans? My memory's a little fuzzy. I don't recall.
There's an episode from over 3 years ago called Richard Ojeda Meets a Trans Person.
Oh, that was a great one too. Richard Ojeda meets a trans person, and Richard Ojeda meets, I believe, a Native American person.
Yes.
He gave 2 of the great interviews. Guys, go back to the archives. This show used to be something before Craig got all hot.
Oh, okay. So the episode with the tag team with Doc Stallings is called Coffee Mug Club.
It's called Coffee Mug Club. Oh, so that must have been the Steven Crowder episode?
Yep.
So if you can find on YouTube, Steven Crowder might be in the title, if that's easier for you to find. But I don't know.
I think this was over 3 years ago too, so it's probably Coffee Mug Club.
Yeah, something like that. Go, it's up to you, folks. If that interests you, go find it. But I like Ojeda. I like Ojeda giving his. Nah, I'm not going to get into all the details.
I don't want this to come out.
Over the years that I really wish I could take back? Yes, there are. Let me tell you something. And when you see, me saying things, especially when it's like in the violent context, you need to understand that if you watch it all, or if it's not cut, you'll probably see me saying that regardless of whatever violence exists.
I say YouTube terms of service. I say I want to respond with violence and death, metaphorically, of course.
I like how he's like, no. They always cut out the PSAs I put before and after these rants.
I always say, and they always cut this out. These sons of guns, these whippersnappers. I don't care for it. But what I said was, let's charge the Capitol building with violence, so to speak. In a manner of speaking, like a violent word. Our words are weapons, is what I meant. I don't remember how I used to do Ojeda's voice, but I've lost it. I didn't do a good impression, but it was different than what I'm doing right now.
It's easier to do the angry one, I think. Also.
Hey, yo.
We believe that the way we fight these battles is at the ballot box. And I stand with that wholeheartedly.
With a billy club.
Yeah, the way the Black Panthers would stand outside. Just friendly neighborhood guys.
I like to think Ojeda at the ballot box with his fist in the air.
Swinging a baseball bat. Just twirling it.
Hitting it in his hand.
I'm just I'm hitting the batting cages after this. I don't read anything into it.
Yep, I say things sometimes that sometimes makes, it is what it is. I've been doing this show for 12 years.
Everyone,
but I can
who among us can say over the course of 12 years that we haven't violently threatened a politician? We haven't wished a terminal illness on someone powerful in office that we'd be working with if we got into Congress. Who among us can say, folks, moral of the story, glass houses.
Moral. I like this is all because Trump made a slight derogatory remark.
That's my favorite. If you don't know we haven't talked about Ojeda in a long time. So I guess
it's been a very long time.
I think most of the people watching this probably know to some degree who he is, but he started running he was a state senator in West Virginia, I believe.
We were selling Ojeda 2024 shirts for a while.
It was my dream that he'd get in office. Yeah. But I think he was a state senator in West Virginia, if I'm not mistaken. And the reason he ran for office, so he voted for Donald Trump.
Yes.
And he switched team. He became a Democrat because Trump was asked about Richard Ojeda, and Trump said, "Oh, that guy's a wacko."
And this happened.
And Ojeda was like, "I'll show you, you son of a bitch."
Assure you that I am not a person who supports violence, but I am a person that believes that people that do bad things should be held accountable for the crimes that they commit.
I think Donald Trump should face street justice.
Listen, I don't promote violence. Do I think if someone wrongs me that Doc Stalin should hold their hands behind their back and I get a few shots at them? Sure. If that's violence, I guess y'all didn't grow up in West Virginia. I don't know what to tell
you. That's the thing that kills me. And it really does bother me. So
he just moves on. He never addresses it again. And it's sad. Libs of TikTok, you're doing a disservice. You're doing wrong. I don't agree with what you're doing. Because now we get a neutered Richard Ojeda. It's unfortunate. We just get mild Ojeda, just timid, gentle. I kind of like the idea of gentle Ojeda too.
Gentle Ojeda.
Where he's like, nah, I mean, the president, as always, has a point, and I suppose you got to see things through both sides. You know, let's not be biased. I mean, perhaps if I was in Donald's shoes, I would understand him a little better. But having said that,
before they took the live chat away from him, his show was can't miss.
That's what really fucked things up for all of us, for America, not just you and I.
Right.
What fucked things up for everybody is Richard stopped reacting to the live chat because it was on site.
Yes.
It was let's throw down. Hey, box eating dad, you don't like the way I'm talking? I'll give you my address right now. Let's meet up and fight each other.
You come down here and I'm gonna beat the tar out of every single one of you.
Listen here, Labyrinth Mystic. I'll beat the bag out of you if you don't like what I'm saying. Let me be very clear.
Unfortunately, you will have to hear us talking over these clips.
Yeah, it's a shame. That's the shame is libs of TikTok. Go through the archives, but you're gonna have to hear our dumb voices.
Yeah, or cut them up because I'm sure we play them more than once.
Maybe Craig will be a big star in the right-wing world after that.
That's right.
You're like, who's this snowflake with this really cool guy? Yeah, so that's our Richard Ojeda update, and that's why we haven't talked about him in a long time, because he's been neutered. He's tame now, and it's unfortunate. But I do love Richard.
Real quick, while nothing else is political, do you want to hear the clip I sent you?
Oh, sure.
This was me and Tom Shattuck.
Oh yeah, just we don't have any Matt Reese update for you today, but this I found this funny. Let's hear it real quick.
I'm gonna watch it though. I love Rocky. Some would say I was raised by Rocky.
The movie, or what was your dad like Rocky?
Yeah, my dad threw me in the basement and made me punch the steaks for dinner.
I think a lot of Americans were raised by Rocky.
Yeah, trying to make something of it. Well, I think it's interesting you said that, Craig. I think that's true of a lot of Americans. A lot of Americans were raised by Rocky. I like that he's so confused, but he doesn't have the kind of show that's going to be like, the fuck are you talking about?
Oh, no, he would, but he was just so fired up by that trailer. He was just seeing blind.
Yeah, a lot of people thought the trailer was good.
I am not that confident.
Nor am I. People were like, oh, this looks good. I don't know. Maybe Stallone is just too goofy a voice.
That was my big takeaway is I'm like, I'm going to hear him go in and out of the voice. And it's
when I hear someone else doing that, I'm like, oh, it's cartoonish. It is how he sounds, but
it is,
you know, I don't know. We'll see. It's coming out during Oscars season. So that'll be very exciting for Joe.
I do want to see it. I'm just reserved.
Sure it's an interesting story.
I'm skeptical on the voice. It is a tough voice to do for an hour and a half to 2 hours or however long it is.
Yeah.
What do you mean? The whole time.
I like shut it. Interesting. Yeah. You said that. I think a lot of Americans were raised by Rocky, Craig. I'd like to see a one-man show about it now that you mentioned that.
As soon as I said it, I was like, I think he's gonna just talk like I made a great point.
You
know, a lot of Americans were raised by Rocky.
Now, have you ever considered performing? Getting your feelings out on this? All right, let's get enough nonsense. Can we get to Alec Baldwin, please? The reason we're all here today?
Absolutely.
This was very exciting. This was I like that people are getting on the Alec Baldwin train with us. I don't know. I think I was pretty early to realizing how ridiculous his Instagram was.
Oh, of course.
But this one like went I sent it to you on Monday, and then I started seeing like accounts tweeted out a bunch afterwards. So Sam Neal passed away. An actor, I'm not going to pretend to be overly familiar with him, but it seemed like people reacted to it. A guy who was respected in the business.
Jurassic Park was awesome.
There you go. That, by some standards, would be an overwhelming tribute to Sam Neal that Craig just gave. Because let's hear Alec Baldwin talk about him. And we've listened to Alec Baldwin eulogies before. I don't believe this is on the level of Francesco Cinquemani. I'm serious.
Right.
I don't think it's Francesco Cinquemani level. But it's in that ballpark. So the person I turn to now when a major figure dies, I think, what is Alec Baldwin saying? Because the tribute he pays for Sam Neal, it brings a tear to your eye. Let's hear old Alec.
I just wanted to come on here quickly and say how
he's choked up already.
Clear your throat before you get on, Alec. But you can tell he's probably holding back the tears.
That's what it sounded like.
You know, it's not comfortable for a man to cry so openly. He's obviously very emotional, as we'll see during this video. So he's a little broken up. It's a tough spot. I'm not going to get on him for that.
stricken I was to learn of the death of Sam Neal.
Hold on, every time I pause, do me a favor. Every time I pause, go back a little ways. Because I'm going to want to soak up every second of this. I don't want to miss 1 second. Because when he says, I was stricken, that's a man, that feels like a man who's really impacted by this tragedy. And you know, Sam Neal, maybe an older man, but it's always sad when someone dies. You don't have any more of that person to appreciate.
Yeah, he's reading his phone and Hilaria just hears,
No, not Sam. If it happened to Sam, it can happen to any of us. Hilaria, this really shows you that life is finite. I better go to Instagram. All right, so he's very stricken. This is tough on him.
To learn of the death of Sam Neal. When I did The Hunt for Red October, we shot in '89. It came out in 1990, a long time ago. And that was probably my first big movie in terms of having a decent-sized role, because I'd done...
We have, it may not feel like it yet, we've veered entirely off the tracks.
Completely. Pretty quick. This might be the quickest I've ever seen it happen.
Go back to the beginning. I want to time this. Let's time how much Sam Neal talk we get. Because I got, spoiler alert, gang, he ain't coming back to the end. I'm sure you're thinking, Mike, shut up. He worked with Sam Neal, obviously, in The Hunt for Red October. I want him to regale us with stories of Sam Neal's, professionalism and his acting chops, and maybe he'll have something funny, maybe a little jokey, try and lighten the mood. It's good to laugh in these times. I want to hear all that. Stop stepping on the clip. I won't say too much about it, but you're going to be disappointed.
I just wanted to come on here quickly and say how stricken I was to learn of the death of Sam Neal. When I did The Hunt for Red October.
Okay, what was that? Where are we right now in the video?
12 seconds.
Okay, so we get 12 seconds, including a cough of Sam Neal homage.
He's a great actor. He's pretending to be choked up.
Can I tell you, by the way, I love Alec Baldwin.
I do too. I wish the show would come back. That was one of the funnest things we ever did.
I love the man. So often people get hung up on like, oh, fuck this guy. Like if you make fun of someone, it has to become someone you hate. I love Alec Baldwin for all of his flaws. I find him to be a very funny character to cover on this show. So let's get into this tribute to Sam Neal. He was stricken. Oh, it gets me sometimes. Sam Neal is no longer with us. Let's hear the memories that brings back.
We shot in '89. It came out in 1990, a long time ago. And that was probably my first big movie in terms of having a decent-sized role, because I'd done Working Girl and...
This is him just doing, damage control, so when he passes, people eulogize him.
You might say Working Girl and Beetlejuice. Alec, these are big films. Well, I wasn't as big in them. That's what I'm saying to you. This is my first breakout role. This is the first time Hollywood said, wow, Alec Baldwin takes the stage.
Every time I watch Beetlejuice and he pops on the screen, I'm like, oh yeah, I always forget he's in there.
Now, the point of this video, a man has died.
Yes.
Let's continue.
Beetlejuice and things like that where I had a smaller role. And I do Hunt for Red October, and yes, John is a great director, and one of the most exciting parts of it was for me was to meet Tom Clancy.
Okay.
But the
Let me walk you through two thoughts I have. Yes, John was a great director. And I'm thinking, but that was nothing compared to Sam Neal's professionalism. Sam Neal really took control of that stage. Oh, no. He's mentioning someone else. Oh, God, this is the name. And then he says Tom Clancy. Let's see. Do we have like a ding or a but? Like, is there a noise we can play for every name he mentions here that isn't Sam Neal?
Let's see.
Give me something. God. Nah, that'll be too distracting. There we go. Perfect. Perfect. If you think about Alec Baldwin's recent history. Go back. Let's fire a shot every time we hear a name that is not Sam Neal.
Okay.
I just wanted to come on here quickly and say how stricken I was to learn of the death of Sam Neal. When I did The Hunt for Red October, we shot in '89. It came out in 1990, a long time ago. And that was probably my first big movie in terms of having a decent-sized role, because I'd done Working Girl and Beetlejuice and things like that where I had a smaller role. And I do Hunt for Red October, and yes, John is a great director, and one of the most exciting parts of it was for me was to meet Tom Clancy. But the cast, I mean, I've had great casts. I've worked with great people, you know, Tony
left.
Meryl and so many other people that I really, really admired and do admire. But
I really wished this was going to lead to, you know, this Sam's passing got me thinking we're going to lose Steve Ferenz one day. and then I started thinking, you know what's interesting? After Sam Neal died, I started remembering Steve Ferenz is under center in a shotgun formation. He drops back to pass, and the Ronkonkoma high school team is bearing down on him. Steve Ferenz, another great Broadway. Steve Ferenz, another great episode of this program.
Yes, it is.
I mean, my God, Hunt for Red October. I had to write this down. I had to go to the internet and write. I mean, obviously Sean, Larry Ferguson, Scott Glenn.
My thoughts. Easy, Alec. Jeez. Firing off. It's like the Rust set. Firing all over the place.
These are blanks.
I swear to you, I thought it's a split second. It's very quick. But he says, well, of course, Sean. I go, oh, this idiot, he fucked up Sam Neal's name in his own eulogy.
Mm-hmm.
And then I realized, oh no, he's going, of course, the great Sean Connery. And it's like, why, of course? You're talking about Sam Neal.
Oh, shit.
Of course, Sean Connery, who's a legendary actor. Jamie, pull up Sean Connery with Barbara Walters. We all remember that clip. He just starts going down all these rabbit holes.
Yeah, Sean Connery wouldn't have had a problem with me shooting that lady.
Yeah, there's a generation of people that think of Daryl Hammond as Sean Connery, but he really was one of our most decorated actors. Who was I talking about again? What hack died? Hilaria, remind me. Eduardo. Who was I talking about?
Eduardo notes.
Sam Neal, Papa.
You're from Long Island.
Tim Curry, James Earl Jones, Peter Firth, Richard Jordan, Joss Auckland, Courtney Vance, Danny Davis, Fred Thompson, Jeffrey Jones, Ron Gutman, Stellan Skarsgård, and that's just
Now,
the
Eduardo,
more recognizable names as a.
Eduardo, you owe me $20. You said I couldn't fit in 100 names before getting back to Sam Neal. Pay up. I told you I could do it. Eduardo said I couldn't list everyone in Hollywood before paying homage to Sam Neal, but I did it. Let me hear some of those names again.
My God, Hunt for Red October. I had to write this down. I had to go to the internet and write. I mean, obviously Sean, Larry Ferguson, Scott Glenn, Tim Curry, James Earl Jones, Peter Firth, Richard Jordan, Joss Auckland, Courtney Vance, Danny Davis, Fred Thompson, Jeffrey Jones, Ron Gutman, Stellan Skarsgård, and that's just
Now, all of you at home, how quickly can we get to Kevin Bacon? Let's see. James Earl Jones was in Field of Dreams with Kevin Costner. Why is, by the way, none of those names were Sam Neal.
Not one. He was in the film.
What a terrific cast this has. Tim Curry, Sean Connery, something Vance, he says. Anyways, I think that vote wraps it up. That's a wrap on Hunt for Red October. Come back next week. We'll be reviewing Donnie Brasco. What was this?
He's like, oh, the great cast of Jurassic Park, Jeff Goldblum.
All my background players.
the more recognizable names. There's a lot of other people in there who I enjoyed working with, but my God.
Not Sam?
What an experience that was. What an experience it was. Gotta get rid of somebody who was calling me. What an experience it was to do that movie with them.
How dare you interrupt this?
Eduardo, how many times do I have to tell you I'm not paying homage to Sam Neal? This video is really 5 minutes away from Hilaria and the kids.
I know.
I told them to stop calling me. I pretended I was very broken up about this Sam Neal news. I'm stricken. Don't you hear that?
Those people, I mean, every time you turned around to do a scene, you were with this great actor. I mean, even people like Ron Gutman's a perfect example. You know, where I can't even stop thinking to this day. He's smoking a.
I hope we don't lose Ron Gutman. Now, that would be a tragedy. Now that would be terrible news if we lost Ronnie G. Anyways, what C-list celebrity died again? It wasn't good enough to make my list.
Colostomy, Stephen Craig, member for 4 months, Splenda Packet.
Splenda Package, another great one. Splenda Package was another great Alec Baldwin instance. I don't know that this is on those levels because, like Francesco Cinquemani, he really did pay tribute to him.
Yes, like we all knew him.
This is just, so let me give you a recap of the video. This is the Reader's Digest version. Sam Neal died. I was great in Hunt for Red October, wasn't I? And so many other people were too. I'll name almost all of them. With one glaring exception. He doesn't say, I mean, you're able to figure it out. He never once says Sam Neal was in that movie.
No.
Secret, he's going to do the work for them, the Russians, and he's like, una minuta, he says. Una minuta. Anyway,
That's Spanish for fuck Sam Neal.
That's Spanish for coward. Which is how Sam Neal died. No, I kid. That's classic Gutman right there. He said, una manuka. God, I'm going to miss Ron Gutman. It's a shame Ron Gutman didn't die. Oh, thank goodness. I don't know what I'd do without Gutman.
Anyways, God bless America.
Anyways, una manuka, and stay tuned for Seth Meyers.
I know that sounds weird, but it's like, I told you to speak your mind, but my God, Jack, James Earl Jones.
Another great actor.
Richard Jordan.
Oh, is he going to list more?
It sounds like it.
Hold on. He's not getting back into another list of names, is he?
It sounds like it could be.
James Earl Jones. Now, he died, and I actually was sad for that one.
I love Darth Vader.
He's actually missed. Not like, sometimes guys pass and we have to say we miss them. We have to say we're broken up. It's all bullshit. But James Earl Jones, I'm actually bummed he died.
I was panic stricken that I would have to make this video.
Who was stricken? Samuel's dead. I was stricken with how much I'm going to have to talk about myself now.
I know that sounds weird, but it's like, I told you to speak your mind, but my God, Jack, James Earl Jones. Richard Jordan in that scene in the conference room. I mean, everybody. Courtney Vance calling him Seaman Beaumont. I remember that.
Before recording, I threw out a name. I'm sorry, I threw out a number of people that I could think of on that film before Sam Neal. And Eduardo said, Dad, I've been to some of your movie sets. I don't think there are even that many people working. And I said, want to bet? So then we turned the cameras on and I started listing names.
I'm guessing this went viral because of how little he did talk about Sam Neal in this.
Anyways, good riddance to bad garbage. And frankly, that would be more respectful.
I know. No shit.
If he came on and bashed Sam Neal, it's something. It's a reaction.
Beaumont. I mean, I remember that. That's one of the few movies I've ever done where I remember the whole movie. That's what a fan I am of that work. Not me. I'm not a fan of my work, but I'm a fan of their work. Anyway, oh my God.
Go back before the nice bow on the end of this here.
Una minuta. Anyway, I know that sounds weird, but it's like, I told you to speak your mind, but my God, Jack, James Earl Jones. Richard Jordan in that scene in the conference room. I mean, everybody. Courtney Vance calling him Seaman Beaumont. I mean, I remember that. That's one of the few movies I've ever done where I remember the whole movie. That's what a fan I am of that work. Not me. I'm not a fan of my work, but I'm a fan of their work. Anyway, oh my God.
Courtney Vance also played Johnny Cochran in People vs. O.J. Simpson. And Jamie, bring up when Peter Jennings got Baba Booeyed, please. He just completely goes off topic.
My God, Sam Neal. My love to his family.
So 12 seconds at the beginning, he's like, Sam Neal died. Now we're how far in?
2 minutes and 40 seconds, roughly.
Oh, he goes 2.5 minutes listing the cast of Hunt for Red October. And then the little ribbon he ties on it is, my God, Sam Neal. Can we hear that again? I think my God, Sam Neal might have to be in the outro.
That's going to be the title of this episode.
My God, Sam Neal.
Oh my God. My God, Sam Neal. My love to his family. My love to his family. Wow.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
Fucking do with him.
Really, I didn't know the guy and don't have much to say about him, but he was alive and now he's dead. What more do you want from me?
James Earl Jones is unbelievable. My God, Sam Neal.
Sean Connery is a treasure, and it's a shame he's no longer with us. James Earl Jones, all these great people. Courtney Vance. Oh man, these terrific actors. Anyways, Sam Neal's dead. My God, Sam Neal. He didn't. I was gonna say he talked about him twice. He said Sam Neal died at the beginning, and then at the end said, "My God, Sam Neal, Rest in peace.
He didn't talk about how good any of his scenes were, how much of a pleasure he was to work with.
That's the equivalent of, young Alec Baldwin giving a book report. Catcher in the Rye is one heck of a novel. I'm watching the Yankees game last night, and Reggie Jackson comes up, and I think, man, this guy, he's really something in October, of course. That's what his nickname would tell you. I don't think he gets enough credit for his regular season play. You start looking at that home run list, and look how high Reggie Jackson is on there, but you don't think of him as one of the great home run hitters of all time. Who else is on that? I'm bringing in my friend Jack Coleman to tell me who else is on that list. Coleman? And then at the end, you just go, anyways, folks, Catcher in the Rye. It's like I A+.
So he records that and goes, I need to put this out. That's so fucking crazy.
Yeah, you don't rewatch that and go, oh shit. Damn. I didn't talk about Sam Neal for 1 second.
So that video is almost 3 minutes long. Sam Neal is talked about for almost just under 20 seconds.
I didn't really know Sam Neal. Was not familiar with who he was when I found out he died. And then I saw a lot of people on Twitter saying, rest in peace, Sam Neal, what a great actor he was, tweeting out clips of him, all that. But then after watching Alec Baldwin's video, I'm now less confident he existed. I don't know that he was a real guy based on
he's in the pile of Shazam.
Yeah, I think it's like a Mandela effect. Like people imagine that this guy Sam Neal died, but it's all a ruse.
Yeah, Bill Paxton's actually in Jurassic Park.
Berenstain Bears.
Yes.
Well, shout out to Alec Baldwin. Never change. He's the gift that keeps on giving. And I appreciate what he does for this program.
Yes.
Oh, my God, Sam Neal.
All right. We have a couple super chats.
I'm tempted to start and end every episode by saying, my God, Sam Neal.
Yes.
That's my new... That's
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Why You Laughing?
Yeah.
Cost me Stephen Craig, $4.99. I missed the Richard Ojeda cartoon yelling curb stomp, curb stomp.
Yes. Well, some of Hack Ride's best work before he was banned from this program.
That's right.
Richard Ojeda cartoons.
Brando, $2. Francesco was my introduction to Blind Mike Project and Alec. Too funny.
Oh, thank you, Brando. Yes, Francesco Cinquemani. I mean, his work was really encapsulated by Alec Baldwin.
Mm-hmm.
Francesco Cinquemani. He was broken up about Francesco's death. On the Alec Baldwin scale, Francesco Cinquemani ranked way higher than Sam Neal.
For sure.
And I appreciate him letting us know that on the day that Sam Neal died.
That's right. All right.
That's it. That's all we got for today. Well, what time is it?
It is 1:00.
Phew. Folks, you lucked out. We all lucked out. We escaped. I said, you know what? If we end early today, we'll give the people a little GD, but maybe we'll save it for another rainy day.
That's right.
Well, Craig has to go, of course.
I do.
You smell that? Something's burning.
It's a different program.
Let Craig go tend to his pizza and his hot cross buns, whatever he's got cooking.
That's right. I have to
but go check out Very Good Chow, would you?
Yeah. Still tiramisu.
Support Craig. Craig told me he's making his mother-in-law watch the show now.
I'm not.
Forcing everyone in the neighborhood to watch Very Good Chow.
My mother-in-law is showing everybody Very Good Chow.
I think it'd be great if Craig got all these old lady fans.
That'd be unbelievable.
The audience of The View is now a fan of Craig. And then I get to expose him. I get to libs of TikTok him. But yeah, go support Very Good Chow. Support HackRideStudios.com. See what Casey Day is doing.
Mm-hmm.
The backbone of this show, man, who supports us. Even when he's not here, is working on this program.
He's in the chat right now.
There you go. And go to blindmike.net to support this program. like Casey Day. Be like Casey Day and support this program wherever you get podcasts, Apple, Spotify. Video now available on Spotify, as well as YouTube, where we're live every Sunday at 10 a.m. BTH tomorrow night at 8 with Cardiff and Tukey, if you want to check that out. That's exclusively for members. If you're a member on their Patreons as well, but also my Patreon, or if you're a YouTube member, then check out BTH tomorrow night, as well as whatever else we've got going on for members. Oh, no, we didn't do the Dane Cook song.
Oh,
I guess that, we can save that for any time.
That's true too.
It's in the title, though. I guess I'll have to change that. Oops.
Trust me, you'll want to hear it. Or as Alex say, ignore it, and say he's still great.
So what I was going to say was, I think Torgasm might be a good, for a few weeks, we watch it on Tuesdays or something.
Oh, that'd be good. It's like 6 episodes or something like that.
Something like that. Yeah, it's something we don't have to commit to too long.
Yeah, it's like a European show.
Yeah, it's exactly like the first season of The Office.
Yeah, it's only like 8 episodes. Punch in, punch out.
That's what I thought. I was like, oh, did Ricky Gervais do this? So we might do that, and we'll save Dane Cook's music for another day, I guess. I'll change the title after this. But folks, support the show, comment, and say, where's the Dane Cook music?
The name of this episode is definitely My God, Sam Neal.
Of course. And that should be the name of every episode forever now.
Yes.
My God, Sam Neal. I just can't imagine doing that.
I know.
I can't imagine listing all those names and then going, my God, Sam Neal.
Anyways.
All right, gang. We'll talk to you next time, right? That's it.
That's right.
Bye-bye.
And we have a mean transition.
Hey, it's Boogie.
Sappers through the way, everyone out there.
Now, this is very interesting. Now, really, ladies, if you're listening, and men, and everybody in between.
If I tell you you've got a homicide, buddy, you've got a homicide.
I hope to hear from you soon.
I am proud to own the Trumpy Bear, and I will always be proud to be an American.
Put it in the outro.
Until then, have yourself a great day, and as always,
There's no cum on my mic.
rock on.
Stop the baloney, huh? What kind of statement is that?
I wrote it. One of my favorite players to cover when he was here was Mike Vrabel. Tell me Mike Vrabel's story. Whatever, dude. I keep it cool at the gym.
Piss on it.
Stop, my belly hurts.
My dad was in the military.
Can you please kindly F off, please? If a person is on a bridge threatening to jump, how do we know that he wants help?
Okay, I hope nothing bad happened.
Money, 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 money. Fuck, please.
Anyway, God bless America.
Put it in the outro.